Hey, I feel like I went above and beyond on this one. Alright, we're in the middle of a trial. Alright, let's see. After Mystic Lisa died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Korean tradition. Sorry, I got something caught in my throat. So I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Then I used a snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple and... I used a Shichishito to alter the way the wounds looked. So I moved the body. Yes, I was raised at Hazakura Temple. Oh, a great deal of thanks to the Fae clan. Even so, I never imagined that Elise Dunham was actually Misty Fae. I've committed a terrible sin. A terrible trick of fate. I believe you're looking for a twist of fate, Your Honor. I intend to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body. But you're spotted by the head nun, correct? Gift? I received a gift. What do you get? I got a gift. With the game. Interesting. That game was interesting. You're spotted by the head nun, correct? Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back. Story makes sense, I suppose. Oh, thank you for the game. I appreciate it. It's very nice of you, Frosty. I'd like to point out that my prediction at the very beginning may be right. Story makes sense, I suppose. Should I go ahead with your cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Mystic Lee's died, I called out the Mystic Maya. So I waited until everything was over before making a move? Well, no, it's not like that.
Objection.
She also murdered right in front of her eyes. Not surprising that she was a little timid. Yes, I suppose that's true. Sometimes I'm watching lawyers argue back and forth with each other. I feel so helpless that I just sit quietly and wait for them to reach a conclusion. Isn't your job as a judge to mediate the argument? But until Mystic Maya saw me, they finally dawned on her what she had done. It was my duty to protect the future master of the Korean tradition. So then, you knew. You knew the significance of the name Maya Fey. Yes, of course I did. That's odd. I mean, Sister Bikini didn't recognize Maya's name, let alone her position. Alright, drinking warm tea. Good. Anyway, she's a very special person indeed. So I moved the body from the inner temple by myself. Why'd you do that? Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene. You moved her body all by yourself? Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow. The snow, huh? I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Pretty amazing you could make it all the way across that. That's a rickety old bridge. Looks worse than it is. Surprisingly sturdy despite its age. Well, it's gone now. It's like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even a simple cold. But there's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into the Eagle River? It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to the Hazakura Temple. I thought it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. So I tried to take the body as far away as possible. Ha! Makes perfect sense to me. For the time being. Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge? Used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple and... Snowmobile? I knew that would show up sooner or later. Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazakura Temple to Dusky Bridge. Part of this in quest the other day. As for more details... me hear more about the snowmobile ride. Well, it's very cold that night. I rode it all the way to the foot of the bridge. Sorry, witness, but now I've got a problem with your testimony. Excuse me? Goto, what are you up to now? That night, after Hedna left the remainder of the train into you, said she walked back from the inner temple back to Hazakura Temple. Yes, I'm very certain that's what the record indicates. Let's call her comments on the subject. Maybe when I made it back to Hazakura Temple, it was there by the main gate, the snowmobile, I mean. The snowmobile was in front of the main gate. This is one of the contradictions, wouldn't you say? Order! Mr. Goto! Why are you pointing out contradictions in the witness's testimony? Let's say I like things to be neat and tidy, okay? Well, maybe. Sister Bikini missed it. Yes, maybe she didn't see it. Maybe she missed it? Doesn't sound right. Ha! Whatever. Even I don't think this is decisive enough to warrant any more time or effort. It's just, very careful in your testimony, that's all I wanted to say. A smart little cookie like you shouldn't have any trouble understanding that. Yes, sir. What was that all about? How Goto want to give me a hint? Very well then, let's continue with the testimony. They transported the body by snowmobile, all the way to the Hazakura Temple courtyard. Yes, I thought that way. Mr. Mai would never be suspected. So I thought anyway, and then I... used Shishido to alter the way the wound looked. Is that what you were doing when Sister Bikini saw you? Yes, that's right. She probably thought the worst. Probably more, definitely. I see. The Bikini mistakenly thought you were the one that murdered Miss Dunham. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. It's my fault this case has gotten so confusing. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. I was trying to pin the murder on Maya. Why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. Now, what do we have? Luis Butts? Hi, Zetius. Welcome. Alright, I'm looking at my evidence to see what I have. How did the body fall? How did the body fall? Nope. Okay. So if she did carry the body across the bridge, as she claims, and put on the snowmobile, she either had to cross the burning bridge with the body, or there would be no tracks at all. So we got two pieces of evidence that could be possible. But which one do we push on? See, here's the problem. I know I'm right. But the problem is, the game might say, okay, well, you're supposed to be looking at this part instead.
Objection!
Nope, no good. Nope, no good. It's wrong.
Objection!
Nope, no good there. It's true, though! I'm right! I'm right! Why are you bullying? I'm right!
Objection!
I'm right, though! Why are you bullying me? This is what I don't like about this game. I know I'm right. I'm 100% sure I'm right. I'm 100% sure I'm right. But it wants something else. I also don't understand how, where did it fall?
Objection!
No shit like that either. The game does, what? I know what I said. Yeah, I pressed every statement. I pressed them all. Alright, let's see. Okay, this is not it. Should do my fate. Alright, that's possible. Snow, huh? No, it's no good. What am I missing? She never does the weather statement. The dragging statement? It's so good. I see the contradiction, but I don't see. I've got the evidence, but I need like 2 pieces of evidence. Why am I so bad at this? Game. What if we press this? Why should I do this? So I didn't think that was it, but I don't know. Let's same as again. Alright, we press them again. This is all the same.
Objection.
Don't spoil it. I'll figure it out eventually. Move the body by the inner temple. It's possible not for this to know. Oh, wait, we can press the other side on this. Ah, there we go, tracks. Okay, I see it now. We had to move the body by snowmobile. There should be tracks left in the snow, right? Just naturally we expect tracks. Just presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks from that ride? Yes, I think they are. But I can only see one set of tracks here. That's what's so strange about that. Snow's still falling when I left Hazakura Temple. I see. Snow's still falling, huh? When the murder took place, it already stopped. This one's just fresh-looking tracks. But Mr. Wright, what do you think about this testimony? Very important. Okay, I found it. We got it. Place. The snow had already stopped? Doesn't make sense if you stack it up against other evidence. Your Honor, my statement Irish has made added to the testimony. But does it have something to do with this case? I will make clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record. Ha. This should be fun. 8th cup of coffee. If I remember correctly from yesterday. Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we? Yes, sir. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. I mean, a lot of contradictory testimony so far. This time, are you sure it's all true? Yes, I am. Murder happened, the snow had already stopped. Pretty, that's why the snowmobile tracks were so clear. That's right, I'm certain of it. I think I've trapped it this time. That's how you think. Snow, huh? What's going on here? Snow really had stopped by the time of the murder. I mean, there's a bigger hole in her story than the movie. The Grid Revelations. The Matrix! Oh, he's making a Matrix. Huh. Well then, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us. Just up your sleeve, rather, at the end of your index finger. I don't want to believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Alright. Oh, we already did that. Alright. According to Wright, a lot of them. What? They are! I'm right! My logic is that if the snow had already stopped, then the bridge was already burning. I was gonna present the snow thing. Now I want to say the snow stopped. Yeah, lightning struck Dusty Bridge at 10:45. So if the snow had stopped, that means the bridge was on fire. Here, big picture, bridge picture. Okay, alright, let me go back. Alright, we're doing bad. And it's not getting much better. Okay, but we know, I think we got an idea. We press the snowmobile again. Alright. Alright, we press that. Very important. Alright, there's the 8th cup of coffee again. We were so good yesterday. I don't think we missed any yesterday. We did perfect yesterday. And now... we press this again. Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's do this. Where's that weather report again? There! Finally! I already did it like 3 times on the same spot. It kind of showed Ari stopped when the murder occurred. I'm sorry, Aris. That's just impossible. What? This is weather data for the night of the murder. According to this snow didn't stop until 10:50. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. Well, why do you say that? Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and caught on fire. What'd you say? The bridge? It was on fire. Does she not know? How does she not know? Also, when did I get turned into Phoenix? Apparently. You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It's because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down. What? They can't. It can't be. It's like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth. It's getting in my water. You can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. Because his hair's too spiky and the wool will catch on it. I don't think that's Iris. No! I'm pretty sure this is, what's her name? Order, order, order! I'm pretty sure this is, Dahlia. The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right, the inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. Have anything to say for yourself? Ugh. 9th cup of coffee. The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. He's to say trite. Oh man, what? Oh. Me? How dare you? Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now. So squat? The important thing now is to find out the truth, isn't that right? Yeah, yes, of course, but whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are 2 facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Lisa Dunham was discovered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun's sister Bikini witnessed Iris desecrating Lisa Dunham's body. He makes a good point on both accounts. That's right, I'm not lying. What are you claiming this time? I wasn't myself at all that night. My memory is still somewhat hazy. That's good. You having fun? Objection! You have stood at the witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling me this now that your memory of that night is hazy? Objection. It's only human to err. You're so perfect, try it. Maybe you can explain this for the court. Well, what is it? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Don't you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick? Ugh! Well, not exactly, no. There's some other way she got across that burnout bridge. Did she jump it in the snowmobile? Unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth. The defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. 10th cup of coffee, you see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest this lady's testimony isn't the truth. Ack! Alright then, witness, let's hear your testimony once more. About what, Your Honor? You admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony. Yes, Your Honor. Will this be your final testimony? Let this be our final testimony. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Are you saying that there is a way to cross a burning bridge? So it was just a misunderstanding, I see. This is a photo of Dusty Bridge after it burned down from lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident. Certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspicion wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall. It could be possible to carry a corpse across the bridge in this condition. She couldn't have taken it down by the shack because Larry was there. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed this as truth. Maya will be accused of murder. Exactly. Right, I'm going to say it one more time. It's only human to err, and only humans can spot the errors of our ways. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. Alright, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. Walking on the bridge, there's no way to move the body. Yes, but if the snow had already stopped when this incident took place, I couldn't have crossed the bridge naturally. But I think it's just like Mr. Goto said. But I did make it across somehow. I must have just gotten confused, I guess. She seemed to be quite sure of herself when you gave your testimony. Said you're sure the snow had already stopped. I'm very sorry, I was wrong. Does she really think an apology is going to get her off the hook? Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? It does. It's no joke, you're giving sworn testimony in a court of law. Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Remember what the weather was like 1 week ago today? Huh? Well, naturally it was, You see? It's not that easy to remember, is it? If it had been some kind of special day, I would have remembered. For example, it was pouring rain on the day of my elementary school graduation.
Objection!
No one wants to hear about your childhood traumas, Trite. What? By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. You insist on obsessing over that one statement. Let's see the proof. There's evidence that the body somehow crossed the bridge while it was on fire. And there's a way to cross the burning bridge. Well, I don't see why there couldn't be a way across. Mr. Wright, I think that sounds a bit silly. A dead body crossing a burning bridge. Anyone actually witnessed such a thing? Yes! Ha! Because I don't think you call someone like that a witness. You call them Larry Butts! Actually, a dream isn't the same thing as actually seeing something. Come all this way, so I owe it to everyone to figure this out. I transport a body across the burning bridge. I don't know the exact answer yet. It's okay. Start by examining all my evidence to see where that takes me. Like a shark, if I don't keep moving, I'm as good as dead. Alright, I'm gonna save again because this is sometimes frustrating. But I'm thinking now. I think present the picture. A dead body flying over a burning bridge. What exactly rule out the possibility? Well, what? 11th cup of coffee. Ha! You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Preposterous! Well, who is it? Who is this witness? I can't chicken out here. I keep on attacking. Go, go, go. Miss Elise Stunham's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice. Larisse Stunham. Brilliant. Highly gifted. Apprentice. Remember what he said in his testimony? Now he's at the Mountain Shack, Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Checking the calendar? Nope, we're still in February. Or January, depending on if you're in this game of everyone. That's right. Are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? You use this pathetic scribble to support your argument? Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Ha! Well, Trite, there's nowhere for you to hide now. It doesn't look like it was drawn by a 6-year-old. Does this sketch prove it? Oh, that's a little harsh. That's a pretty good sketch to me. Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. You're so eager to turn this case upside down. Why not start with a sketch? Upside down? Why not go to say that? Was she under the bridge? Alright, then let's hear the defense theory. What exactly is the sketch trying to show? Wait! He's right! The guide wires are on the bottom, not the top. They always were. So this is going under the bridge. I think old Whiskerface is going to forgive any more mistakes. Hi, Phoenix. Also, that explains why it's going this way. He saw her going left, but it's actually going right. So if you flip it upside down... Hey, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. That drawn by Louis Dunham is exactly what happened. Of course, the victim was flying through the air. You see it right there in the sketch. Whoosh. No, you're starting to remind me of yesterday's witness. What? That's the last thing I wanted to hear. The evidence the victim flew through the air? So you know, they haven't discovered a giant human catapult at the inner temple yet. Ugh, I wish they had. If you're a lousy lawyer, at least you're 1 cup's worth of entertainment. I think we should skip the penalty this time. Erg, there must be some way I just know it. Maybe a way to use Larry's sketch to show the truth of what happened. Alright then, Miss will now return to her testimony. Yes, Your Honor. Do we need more? Try again?
Objection!
Oh wait, I'll come back to this. Can't believe we're looking at this again. I admit that I really didn't understand it before. I get it now. That's why I believe the sketch shows the truth. Very well. Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is the sketch trying to show? I think old Whiskerface is going to forgive me more mistakes. I think, look carefully and think it over. How about Louis Dunham is... I still think it's exactly what happened. But it could be a contradiction because it's supposed to be upside down. Something's obviously funny about this sketch. I'm an art critic, but even I can see that. No. That's not what I mean, Your Honor. Ray Stoneham stated over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. Contradicts reality? Ha! It's getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Hit right. So what exactly contradicts reality as we know it? The guide wire.
Take that!
It's this wire connected to the bridge. The wire? Huh. That thing, is that the thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed. Then show us the reality it's supposed to conflicts with. Show something that will point out how the sketch contradicts reality. Let's see. This, all the guide wires on the bottom.
Take that!
That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes, now, compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge, jumping Jehoshaphat, the wires are below the guard wires. What? Order! The sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong? I just drew it wrong. Either way, it just sounds like you're just wrong. With someone like Larice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. Then that begs the question. Why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Larice was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited, and finally he laid down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Larice must have been at the time. He's lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did. He was lying on his back. I can see how this relates. But it does, Your Honor. That's the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down. Ah! Ugh! No way. Larice Dunham witnessed the event while he was lying on his back face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. So in this sketch should actually, I think you finally get it, Your Honor. Right way to view this Larice Dunham sketch is like this. That's how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right, just like a pendulum. Ridiculous! Order, order, order! Alright, making progress now. Of all the things to say, a pendulum. The bridge is burning to a crisp, there's no way to get across it. If the body had been found in Inner Temple, it would have caused problems. That's where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And the pendulum was the only way to get it done. Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? This bridge is about 20 yards long. It's about that far from the Inner Temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you need a rope that's at least 10 yards long. If you rope that long, you'd have to plan ahead. Lightning strike that can only have been an accident. It doesn't make sense the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it's just a matter of using what was already there. In that case, Mr. Wright, you give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum? Instant photo. And the meaning of this is, you want to know where the rope came from. It's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. Ah! This is one of the wires from the bridge. When lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the switching wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste. So they tied the wire around Lisa June's body. That was a little ridiculous because there's simply no other way to move the body. And that's how the thing broke. Ha! Glug, 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 glug! Glug, 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 glug! Glug, 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 glug! I think it's time for number 12. Mr. Godo. How much is in that cup? Huh. Seems that Mr. Godo is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. Seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high. But it's not an impossibility after all.
Objection.
How do you still have coffee left? Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. Yeah, I know. It looked dumb. There's only one question. Did it really happen? Right, I wonder if you can prove what happened to us. Do you have any evidence the body was actually swung over like a pendulum? The ball! Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was on front of the Inner Temple. So then, what was the spot where the criminal... That was the spot where the criminal... Yes, precisely. Now let's consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. The body's pushed this point here. It will drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point. Did you say drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What? What makes you think something like that happened? To have evidence that says your body dropped some distance. What kind of evidence? Take a look at this. Autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death. 10 feet, huh? That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to the forward momentum then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. Now that's... Yes, this bloodstained amethyst crystal. It's one that came off of Miss Elise Jonu's staff. And even more important is the place where the crystal sphere was found. Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. So it's found... Ah! Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive given the right amount of speed. This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. It provided us with the way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. What was that slapping sound? Oh. Mr. Wright. Thought this cold coffee might help cool you down. Well, what is the meaning of this, Mr. Goto? Alright, that's cup number 12. That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Wright. But you forgot about one thing. Oh? And what would that be? The aroma. Huh? Coffee's most reliable accomplice is deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffeenese. Can you please elaborate a bit more? Criminal had sent the body to the other side like you say. Then naturally, there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. An accomplice? Kuno wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge, so who collected the body? What do I say about that, Trite? Shigoto's correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Mr. Wright, you know what you must do. Yes, Your Honor. I couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice. Well then, if you please, Mr. Wright. Who's the person who received the body on Hazakura Temple side? Iris. Wait, doesn't that still point to Mia, though? Or Maya? Wait. Is Bikini in on it? She's in jail. We don't want to bring up spirit channeling. Well, Mr. Goto, I'm sure you have something to say. That aroma just now. It smells of sulfur. Perhaps there's your chance of winning rotting away. Crap. Pick up, get my facts to mix it all up like this. Alright, I'm gonna accept that one. We'll take it. I don't even know what's going on. Alright. House received the body they carried to Hazakura Temple. Altered using the Shido. There's only one person it can be. Alright, please don't stare at me like that. It's creepy. Please, Mr. Wright. This person who received the body on the Hazakura Temple side. It'll only be you, Sister Iris. Huh? Ah! But I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge was by snowmobile. With her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up the body like that. You're the only one who could have managed it.
Objection!
Tried. Were you even listening to the witness's testimony? Well, neither time this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
Objection!
No, she couldn't have been, because she was on the other side of the bridge. I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Goto? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if that night the demons in two different places at the same time. Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave testimony? Mention what? Pendulum, of course. She's a sketch drawn by an eyewitness. I've established how the body was moved using the burnout bridge. It's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known. No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum. But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about the whole thing. Unless you're not really Irish to begin with. What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright? What? What kind of nonsense is this? I called it hours ago! Silent Night! Welcome back. You're saying this witness isn't Irish to the Hazakura Temple?
Objection!
Are you serious, Wright? You mean this woman is... There's no one besides Iris who could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why is she trying to pin this murder on Maya? No. Iris, did it. Iris, channeled Dahlia. One standing here there at the witness stand. Her real name is...
Take that!
I never thought I'd have to utter your name again. Let alone see you. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne. Hawthorne? Sister Iris had a twin sister. And you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. The name rings some bells, distant bells, but bells nonetheless. Ha! It's just your imagination, Gramps. The file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh yes, I remember now, that case 5 years ago. Name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor's all mine. That bothered me when let's move on. No, the honor's all mine. You know, Judge started looking older, but according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month. So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom. What? Goto's on my side. Order, order. Oh, wait a moment. How can you? My sister, she's already dead. What kind of... You of all people should already understand, after all. The blood of the master of the Korean channeling technique flows within that body. The Korean channeling technique. Now, where have I heard that? That's right, you're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia and currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. 13th cup of coffee. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. That's just by that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was? If you're going to put things that way, then yes. So to believe a coincidence like that just happens? Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions. Ah, well, what's that? The instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 Irises at Hazakura Temple. The 2 of them, even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time. That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris. The Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the inner temple was someone else dressed as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne. You know what you're saying, Trite? Whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true you found plans to talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The one currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris. What? What? Alright, that's his 14th cup. Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. That means Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled, would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. It was later that the body was moved by pendulum. That's right. Naturally, that would mean that the Iris who received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far? Yes? And being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. They found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose. Can't deny that. Whew, thank goodness. It's like he's finally convinced. Something still seems off, way off. I'm not convinced that Iris here is the same one from the other night. Ha! Suppose you're ready to say something really ridiculous. I'll say something really ridiculous. Like the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia. Somehow switch places. Switch places. Perfectly honest. There are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness' identity, we can't continue this trial. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel. Okay, that's not good. The spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia. Ow! Also, that's covering that. Okay, well, which means they must have switched places somehow. Somewhere. Mr. Wright? It's time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple. Had there been any chance for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne? There was one. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance. Oh? Explain yourself. Yesterday for a few minutes. Ow! I'm alive. For a few minutes, Iris' whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that? I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. Who gave Iris a chance to move about freely was... Sorry, Edgeworth. Got the witch hat. This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it? Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday. Was there not? An earthquake? An earthquake! Oh my goodness, the inner temple. It's got a tremor mine. How could I have? She fled, she escaped. Went to the inner temple right away. And shoot, I was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I entered the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here, no judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling. Be quiet. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. Does that voice? Guess I'll have to ask again. 14th cup of coffee. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. That's one of my rules. Dahlia Hawthorne. In my current profession, permanently retired. Ha! So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me. Well, what is going on here? Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again, and I never thought we'd meet like this. This time I'll end it for myself. Okay, let's save. We finally progressed past that trial. Now we gotta go part 2. Alright, I'm gonna go brush my tail. I'll be right back, okay? We brush. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, tail brushed. Alright, let's continue. Alright, with the interview of Dahlia. Also, what does Dahlia care anymore? She's just whatever. I guess we have to ask who is Dahlia? Like, who is she right now? Is it Pearl? Now let's continue where we left off, shall we? Well, witness? Yes, how can I help you, Mr. Judge? Well, it seems that if we're to learn the truth, we need to hear your testimony. I have no problem with that. When you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown. That face. It's a real face. In any case, let's hear your testimony. Let me get a little lotion. My poor dry hands. It's all about the plan that was carried out that night. I put on lotion. The plan. The whole plan began with my death. A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. For it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris. They weren't wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. Rubbing my hands together for the lotion. So that means you really are... Wait a minute. Did you say the plan was to kill Maya Fay? Yes, do you have a problem with that? Don't give us that nonsense. There's no way that... Watch yourself, Wright. So Maya did kill her. So she at least channeled Dolly for some reason. Watch yourself, Wright. If you got a problem, solve it during cross-examination. That's one of my rules. Mr. Gold is correct. By the way, that's one of my rules as well. Kill Maya. Could it be true? Alright. Objection! The whole plan began with my death. You were executed last month, correct? Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant. How'd you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with Morgan Fay? Last year. She was transferred to the same detention center as me. So I was on death row when she was my mother. It was actually pretty easy to meet with her. I see. So that's when you discussed the plan? Ha! Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well, even though I'm her own daughter. I'll make Pearl Fay the master of Kurain. She's a cold, twisted woman. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister Misty took her place as the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan. A plan, huh? A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. You're talking about the Pearl Fay, is that correct? Yes, the first she... High hopes for the two of us. You and your twin sister, Iris? That's correct. Fortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father. Abandoned? The only person I ever really cared about in life was myself. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her in an old temple. You mean Iris? Yes, my father remarried a woman who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? On top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general. How horrible. This whole family sucks. The really horrible one is that woman, that bitter, vengeful woman. Although Pearl's okay. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Fay. Oh, excuse me, I burped a little. She was born with an abundance of spiritual power, unfortunately for her. Morgan Fay heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams onto that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family. But for it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die. Maya would have to die, but why? For her bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl the new master, the reigning descendants of the current master had to be taken care of. Pearls would never agree to a plan like that. She adores Maya. How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master. That's all. That's ridiculous. She was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter is naturally the life of Maya Fay as well. How could anyone do that? The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have this blame pinned on Iris. You were gonna kill Maya? I wouldn't need to do anything about it. All she had to do is follow the instructions to the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead. There's nothing any of you can do to me. This plan was to blame the crime on your younger twin. My sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. She and I look absolutely identical. No one can tell us apart. Someone would witness me killing Maya. Naturally, they would think it was Iris that had done it. The witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini. Never would have guessed she was going to return to Hazakura Temple that night. But she wound up seeing Iris' crime anyway. Why would you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's your twin sister, isn't she? Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her. Backstabber? You just don't understand. You never will. Anyway, the plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. Think the plan was a success? You heard me. Just that woman did hope. My Faye is dead. Now the title of the master will pass on to Pearl Faye. That's absurd. Maya is just trapped inside the secret cavern. Really? You're as foolishly optimistic as ever, aren't you, my darling Feeny? Don't you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I've despised you. Your sniveling naivete, and your pathetic faith in other people. I just want to know one thing. What do you personally think of Morgan Faye's plan? I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point. No value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, there's certainly nothing to be proud of. That's how you feel. Why didn't you help her carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya? You may not understand it, being the kind and gentle soul that you are. You may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that. So then tell me, why? Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I acted in my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was for myself. My own personal satisfaction. What'd you say? This woman, Dahlia Hawthorne. She had her own reason for wanting Maya dead. Do you understand why I would kill Maya Faye now? What my goal was? Obviously, it's because you were helping Morgan Faye. Helping? Don't make me laugh. The day I was born to the day I died, I never helped anyone. That's a sad way to be. I lived for myself, and in the end, I died for myself. I thought that was obvious. She wasn't actually cooperating with Morgan. She was using Morgan to plan so she could accomplish her own goal. All I wanted to do was kill Maya Faye. That's the only way I could think of to get revenge. Revenge? Looks like I have no choice but that piece of evidence. Can't believe it. She meant to kill Maya. Gotta keep a cool head. And I need to get more information out of her. It's the only way to understand this plan and what she was after as well. Ah, it's so... This is so nasty. Alright, let's see here. Alright, what do we have? We got this. I could have saved her, what?
Objection!
Alright, nope. Nope. Payroll seems to succeed anyway. Think this?
Objection!
Ah, crap. It's so confusing.
Hold it!
Looks like a success. The title master will pass on to Profane.
Objection!
So Hermione's just trapped. Who's love, Dahlia? Dahlia never loved me.
Hold it!
Let's see here. I kill my FA. To get revenge. Revenge. Revenge for what? Ah! Be nice to Cinnamon and be nice to Emerald! What are you doing? Well, the only reason for revenge is this. Wait, I'm not even on the list. Phoenix Wright even on the list. Phoenix isn't even on the list. What? I'm looking, I'm looking! Because we're the ones that ended up getting her convicted. No, she doesn't care about Mia. Oh, yeah, maybe you're right.
Objection!
Could it be that you're actually go ahead, nothing to do with Maya Fey herself? Yeah, because Mia was the prosecutor, or the defense attorney. As I said, none of you had the power to punish me anymore. I'm already dead. Well, I had the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead, and you can't take revenge against them either. You want to take revenge on someone? I was sentenced to die because of that woman. Mia Fey. Now I knew this was it. I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted to feel the same pain she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized my revenge was impossible, I gave up. The reason it was impossible is perhaps because Mia Fey had already died. Yes, and I realized there's only one way to take revenge against the dead. And how do you do that? Even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. I want to take away the person that Mia Fey loved most. I want to kill her with my own hands. That'd be the one and only way I can take my revenge against Mia Fey. That was the reason I helped out with that woman's plans. Just that, for that you would kill Maya? It was no different than Morgan Fey. Oh, thank you for the bits, Frosty. I appreciate it. Sticky pie! It's stuck in the hair! Shake it off. As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. What a cruel, cruel plan. Cruel, cold, and heartless. Humph. Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. Think about giving you points? Is that what it is? You ran out of points? Oh, let's see. Let's see what we can do. I don't even know where it is. Let's see here. Taco! Taco, taco! Nom, 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 nom. Eat taco. Nom, 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 nom. Eat, get in my face. Eat taco. Alright. I had a taco. I feel better. Okay. I know it's time preaching dead. I've already told you. There's nothing, not a thing you can do to me. Grr. That night. Not even close. At about 9:30 p.m., I materialized in this world. I quickly pinned my hair up and put on a demon warding hood. I picked up the staff that was by my side and left Hazakura Temple. So, I was at least doing a janitor after all. Everybody had none, never noticed a thing. She was my Faye at the inner temple, and wobbled back clutching her pearl back. What did you do then? Okay, it was easier to handle than I'd hoped. Cut up with her in front of the stone lantern. I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and... So then you're saying you stabbed Maya? Strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. What does that mean? No clear memory. I don't know. I think I was stabbed. You were stabbed? Last minute, Maya Faye must have stabbed me, I'm sure of it. It's not like her at all. Maya wouldn't stab a French fry with a plastic fork. Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness. Before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. As I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I started to cast suspicion on her. I can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end. That's where my memory temporarily stops. It stops. I don't have any memory of actually killing Maya Faye with my own two hands. The last memory was Maya's terror-filled eyes. When I woke up after that, I was in a sacred cavern surrounded by darkness. In the sacred cavern, which was sealed with one of those strict locks. Now I'd been trapped in there. How'd you wind up in there? I'd like to know that myself. Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Maya Faye was dead. And I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I had killed her myself. For a ghost, you're one tough cookie. I want to get out of there and make sure she was dead. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out. Strict lock stopped you, huh? I didn't know how to remove it. And you're saying you're actually confined against your will inside the sacred cavern? Yes, I want to get rid of that annoying lock as soon as possible. But it was easy. I kept getting interrupted while I was working on it. Interrupted? It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall. What? Who? Could it have been Maya? No, it was Pearl. I thought it's the same thing, but I couldn't see. Why not? If someone had stopped by me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge. I made sure to hide myself well at the back of the sacred cavern. That morning, only two people could have gotten into the training hall. Maya and Pearls. Pearls went there to cover this hanging skull and gravy. So she's in Maya right now. So I finally managed to remove that lock. But I was too late. What do you mean by that? Flies had already started to gather. The bridge has been fixed and the police have started an investigation, correct? Naturally, I couldn't go out. Instead, I returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I was hoping to get a chance to see Maya's corpse as I had hoped. Just then, Lady Luck showed up. Lady Luck? After that big earthquake, she showed up all by herself. Through her iris? Said she'd come to make sure the sacred cavern was alright, stupid girl. Came off the sacred cavern and got a feel for the situation. And I locked her away in my place. I'd finally learned exactly what had happened. It was then that I learned that the plan actually succeeded. What do you mean, your plan has succeeded? I had misunderstood one thing, you see. That night, the one that had summoned me, I had assumed that it was Pearl Fey. Well, of course you would have assumed that. It was written on the instructions. But I was wrong. The person that had actually called my spirit back was... Misty Fey, the picture book author. What? Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? I lost consciousness in the garden. It was her body that was left lying there. My Fey, I wasn't able to kill her with my own hands after all. Even so, I made her commit the most vile sin a human could commit. That is, matricide. The sin of killing her own mother. No way. Order the court. What's the meaning of this? Also, remember what I said at the very beginning? If you see someone that you're convinced is a murderer from way back, tell your people about it. If Phoenix had told Maya early on, hey, I think this person's a murderer, she'd been instantly suspicious when she saw her. At all times, she would have been on guard around her. Never would have happened. So that was the one who attacked Maya Fey. Even so, the murderer who actually snuffed out Misty Fey's life was none other than your darling little Maya.
Objection!
Self-defense. Ridiculous. That's nonsense. You tried reporting me as a would-be murderer? Sure. Listen, I just want to say, violence is not the answer. It's the question, and the answer is yes. Are you sure about that? Just think about it. There's even evidence supporting these facts, isn't there? What? What do you mean? What is this so-called evidence? The fact that Maya Fey has disappeared is evidence enough, isn't it? Huh? The fact that she's still in the sacred cavern is just ridiculous. She wasn't able to escape from the inner temple, that much is obvious. In that case, there's only one place she could be. But where? That's spelled out. The bottom of the Eagle River. Where else? The Eagle River? Maya Fey killed her long-lost mother. Can you imagine the guilt she must have felt when she realized that? That's why she threw herself into the Eagle River. Most bodies that wind up in there are lost forever. Nope, it's one other place she might be. So what do you have to say now? Beanie. Ooh. Oops. Sorry, that's my phone. What kind of ringtone is that? Go to here. Okay, thanks. Oh, was it something important? They just finished removing the locks from the sacred cavern. That's great. What about Maya? There's a woman in the cave. Was it Maya Fey? It was accused, Sister Iris. Huh? You look so surprised. I locked her in there yesterday. I just finished telling you that. So, what about Maya? Where is she? There's no one else found inside the sacred cavern. No, it can't be. Isn't it obvious? Told you, didn't I? She's dead. No. No! It's not. She's obviously not dead. It seems that this case has come to an end, a tragic end. Oh, let me pull it up on a map. Hold on, let me pull it up on a map. Do we have a map of the courtroom? She's in the courtroom. She's in the courtroom right now. Sadly, it appears the killer of Louise Dunham, also known as Misty Fey, was her own daughter, Maya Fey. It turns out she was Godo all along. Maya's been Godo this whole time. Overcome with guilt for what she had done, Maya Fey jumped to her death in the raging waters of the Eagle River. Can't be. Ha! 15th cup of coffee. Wright, have you ever heard this one? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth, no matter how improbable it may seem. Well, what is that supposed to mean, Prosecutor Godo? According to this witness, Maya Fey threw herself in the Eagle River. However, is that really the truth? Remember, this woman testified earlier that the bridge was already on fire when the murder was taking place in the garden. Because Maya had thrown herself into the river. Must have been from the inner temple side near the bridge. That's right. That's where she jumped from. There's rock down there. But that's impossible. It's impossible to jump into the river from there. What? Get your pains all twisted up, right? Don't hurt Cinnamon! You're the one hurting Cinnamon. So I have to think through the whole thing again. It's just impossible. Now, I couldn't have thrown herself in the Eagle River. Oh, Mr. Wright? Hawthorne claims Miss Fay threw herself in the river from the inner temple side. Any evidence to refute this claim? Yeah, there's the rocks. Present. It's impossible to jump in the Eagle River from the inner temple side. No one knows that better than this witness. What'd you say? Box in box! 11 years ago, you jumped in the very same river. Just take a look at this overhead map. As you can see, below the cliff on the inner temple side is a big rock shelf. Oh. Oh. You're right. Also, hang on. I'm finding a contradiction here. Okay, if this distance is 20 yards, right? That means this distance is like 6 yards. But it's also like 40 feet down. Are you telling me that you couldn't jump 6 yards? How far is that? Don't you dare. Don't pull out the thing. I don't know, like 5 meters? And here it's even closer. Look at that. That's like 2 meters. A child could jump 2 meters. Anyway, moving on. Oh, you're right. Never interrupt. We're not going to admit that we're making a mistake here. She wouldn't have reached the river if she had jumped off from there. In other words, if she had jumped, we should be able to see her body in this photo. Ah! Ha! So you finally figured it out. You! No! Cinnamon will not have an accident. Order, order! You're just playing with me. Miss Maya's faded body's at the bottom of the Eagle River. Nowhere else she could possibly be hiding. Hawthorne, have you ever heard this one before? Won't you land with the impossible? Their remains must be the truth? Yes, just a few minutes ago. My fate was inside the sacred cavern. We now know that she didn't throw herself in the Eagle River. Correct. It limits all the most likely possibilities. Now those seem improbable, there's still one other place she could be. Well, what? What's the possibility you're talking about? But that's obviously a bluff. Where's her dead body then? Finally, I think the pieces are falling into place. Normally the living have no way to punish the dead. But I think there is a way to give Dahlia Hawthorne the ultimate punishment. Should I tell you, Miss Hawthorne? Should I tell you where my Faye is this very instant? My Faye is in this very courtroom. There's only one possibility left. Namely, she's right here in this very courtroom. But what? My Faye is here? She's here in my courtroom? Dahlia Hawthorne. I seem to recall she said, I misunderstood one thing, you see. So what? I think there's one more thing you misunderstood. What do you mean? Tell me something. At this very moment, who was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne? Well, why that? That's obvious. It's Pearl Fay. That pathetic little sniveling runt. You're wrong. Pearl's tried, but she couldn't do it. I never failed channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. Is there any explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? It happened to someone else who's already channeling the same spirit. Someone called me before Pearl did, but who? Pearl's even tried to get him the day after the crime. But she couldn't do it then. What could that mean? I think the truth's becoming clear to you right about now. Am I correct? Ah! It wasn't Pearl that channeled you. There's someone who called you before she could. Maya! This is an easy one. Pearls couldn't do it, and Mr. Faye's gone. There's only one possibility left. Alrighty, I can't stand the tension. Dolly Hawthorne. Person tailing you right now must be Maya Faye. What? 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 You shouldn't say that. What if she has poison on her? How could that be? Frosty! Bad Frosty! No, bad Frosty. Bad. Bad. Ha! Take that! Bad Frosty. No. Not to be a grinder. I'm gonna be forceful. Be nice to Cinnamon. How could that be? I know what this witness Dolly Hawthorne said about her goal. Said that her goal was to kill Maya Faye. Yes, that's right, but Maya channeled that spirit of someone that was trying to kill her. Ha. Well, Gramps, what would happen? Would it be? Looks like you finally understand, Your Honor. Oh, well, I don't. What are you going on about? I'm going on about is the reason Maya channeled you. It's only one reason. Protect herself from you. To protect herself from me. Couldn't she kill herself, though? If she jumped... Okay, now we're getting into weird metaphysical. Okay. So, let me get this, like, straight. Okay. So... This might get a little bit adult. I'm just going to be clear, because... Okay. So, Pearl is 9. I know she didn't know, but... Okay. If Pearl channels Mia... Alright, let me go to the core record. Okay, look at the two. Alright, here's Pearl, and here's Mia. Alright, Mia has some things that Pearl does not. So if she stabbed herself in, you know, like the chest... When she's channeling Mia... Would that injury translate? I don't know. Protect yourself from me? Yes. On the night of the crime, you were only interested in one thing. Killing Maya Faye. I know. So she has... But... That's the... I don't know how the... Like, if someone is wounded, do the wounds transfer to their original body? I fact the house was closed off and there's nowhere for her to run. Home came. Where would be the safest place to hide? You mean that's when she channeled me? All the time you thought you'd been channeled by Pearls. But it never occurred to you that Maya's hiding place was you. No. Don't say that. You're saying that I, Dolly Hawthorne, was paid for a fool? That little whelp? I killed herself. Isn't it obvious?
Objection!
It's not obvious at all. Sorry, but no. It would have been impossible for her to jump into the Eagle River. It's the only avenue of escape open to Maya. The only way that Maya could disappear from the inner temple. I don't believe you. A stupid little girl like that who's never been out in the real world? She could never come up with a plan like that. Who could have ever given her such a brilliant idea? Well, me, of course. Well, Mia. Mia Faye. It's been a long time, Dolly Hawthorne. Wait, who's channeling her now? Is that Pearls? Was Pearls in the courtroom this whole time? So it's true, it was you. Wait, how does Pearl... But shouldn't Dolly have realized that Pearl's in the courtroom right there? Wouldn't she have seen her? Wouldn't she, like, wouldn't she realize, oh, I'm not in Pearl, who am I in right now? So it's true, it was you. Yes. Ha. You're something else. But what? What are you doing here? That hair, it's Pearl's, right? Oh yeah, she does keep the hairstyle. Tell me something, Dahlia. I want you to think back to that night one more time. You just cornered Maya in the Inner Temple's garden. And then, in the final moments of the fight, you lost consciousness. I was stabbed by Maya Faye. Actually, Maya lost consciousness at the same time as you. She did. Not terribly surprising since she was about to be killed. When she woke up, she was in the training hall. That's when Maya decided she needed help, so she channeled me. She explained a memo of the situation she was in. Asked me what I thought she should do. She did that. I can't believe it. Of course, I didn't have all the details. But one thing was perfectly clear, and that was... I knew that you couldn't be allowed to wander free. Free? What do you mean? It was a race against time, so I wrote down 2 things that Maya had to do. Channel Dolly Hawthorne as soon as possible, and lock herself in the sacred cavern until help arrived. So it was Maya who put that lock on there. Yes. Why didn't you order her to do those 2 things? If she hadn't done it, Dolly Hawthorne would have been channeled by someone else. By one Pearl Faye. But Pearls... Yes, Pearl didn't properly understand the plan. All she was trying to do was follow her mother Morgan Faye's instructions. If she had succeeded in channeling Dolly Hawthorne's spirit, things would have turned out very badly, to put it mildly. So that's how it was. Dolly Hawthorne would have used the body of Pearl Faye to kill Maya at all costs. Yes, it certainly sounds that way. Like that was the intent all along. How dare you? I won't forget this. Why not just admit it, Dolly Hawthorne? Your little plan was nothing but a big failure. Yes, another failure to add to the pile of shame, wouldn't you say? Well, what do you mean by another? Think about it, Dolly. Remember all your past crimes? Not a single one of them was a success. They all ended in failure. What? How dare you? She got away with killing that attorney. 9 years ago. Fake kidnapping, your very first crime. You got your hands on a $2 million diamond, but... After Terry Falls escaped and went to meet Valerie Hawthorne, Goose was exposed. Shut your mouth, that wasn't my fault. Hey, don't do that, Drake. It's because that stupid old prisoner and that weak little policewoman. And then 1 year later, you tried to kill me. Well, I'm still alive, but... You wound up killing someone else. Don't taunt Frosty. He can't talk back at the moment. As though you're sentenced to death. It's one stupid move after another for you, but it's no longer funny. You, why that smug? Oh. I misunderstood. I just want to be clear. You wipe that smug, happy-go-lucky smile off your face. Now this. You messed up again. You let Maya Fey escape, even though she was right there in front of you. Grr, Mia Fey! You spinster. That's what's killed Maya Fey like I swore I would. And if only you had gotten the spiky-haired jerk the guilty verdict. I wouldn't have been hanged to death. True. I think you finally understand, Dolly Hawthorne. You will never defeat me. Well, what? What did you say? Whether you're alive, dead, or somewhere in between, you will never defeat me. As long as I'm around, you're destined to lose for all eternity. Grr. Remember what you said earlier in the trial? You said there was no way we could punish you, because you're already dead. What about it? Then you said, even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. That's very true, Dahlia. That's exactly the punishment you'll never be able to escape from. For all of eternity, you'll have to remain as Dahlia Hawthorne. A miserable, pathetic, weak creature who can never win at anything. And for you, there is no escape from that, no hope for freedom. The day you were executed, the air bridge that once stretched out in front of you has burnt to a crisp. Ooh! You're wrong. It can't be. How could I lose to the likes of you? No longer matters. I don't care whether you win or lose anymore. One thing I want is for you to come out of Maya's body right now. Ah! Couldn't she just refuse? What? I'm not ready. Not ready to go. She doesn't have a mouth. Well, she burned up. Like the butterflies. Breathe fire. Nick. Sis. If she got stabbed, wouldn't she still be bleeding, maybe? I don't know. She must not have got stabbed then. Now then, I assume you reveal the iris. Are we just gonna ignore Maya on the floor? What's wrong with us? I assume you reveal the iris. Ow! Yes, I just rescued from the sacred cavern. Let's say you and your twin sister are indeed identical from what I can see. In any case, here's everything has finally been cleared up. Mr. Goto, what happened to Dahlia Hawthorne? Ask me, Your Honor. Looks like she went back to the hell she came from. Seems that Miss Faye wasn't the only victim of this crime. My Faye, as well as the young Pearl Faye, were all victims of this wicked and selfish plan. Yes, Your Honor. Tragedy Medium Valley has finally come to an end, it seems. It'd be best for everyone if no further attempt was made to channel that spirit again. Your Honor? Yes, what is it? About this whole spirit medium thing. It's almost weird how comfortable you seem to be with the concept now. Well, to be frank, my younger brother is quite judgmental. He often criticizes me for not studying hard enough. That's why I made a concerted effort to study up on the Korean channeling technique. Isn't that the New Year's issue of Occult? I've seen quite a few things in my years in the bench. And all that time, I finally learned this one thing. Each case is different and takes place in its own world, if you will. In order to fully understand that world, first we have to immerse ourselves in it completely. And that's where my brother and I used to differ. Oh, never thought of that way. At any rate, it's time to pass judgment in the case of Iris of Hazakura Temple.
Objection!
That's number 15 or 16? You're a little too fast at that gavel, Your Honor. What do you mean by that, Mr. Go? This trial isn't over yet. That's what he means. Well, what? Right, remember what Mr. Evil Spirit said in her testimony? Huh? Dahlia's testimony? I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom, and... It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. I think I was stabbed. Dahlia Hawthorne was about to attack Maya. She was stabbed and killed by someone. Yes, that's right. First, it was ultimately cleared was the spirit medium that channeled Dahlia. At least two of them know Misty Faye, but who killed her? We still don't know who did it. This isn't over? Unless someone else is found guilty, the accused is still on trial. We can't let her walk until there's evidence that proves her innocence. No way. But the court isn't prepared for any further testimony. The prosecutor is ready to call our final witness. Final witness? This one will clear up the whole mystery. Mystery of who killed Misty Faye. Oh, indeed. So we all right, Mr. Prosecutor? Of course it's all right, Madam Attorney. Very well then. Who is the final witness? Ha! It's obvious. One person who saw the whole event and will put the final dagger in this case. So someone who saw the murder take place? The very person who saw her mother killed in front of her own eyes, Maya. Do you mean Maya? Can't. She can't testify to what she's been through. We need to find the truth. Prosecutor calls Maya Faye the witness stand. Very well. But first, we'll take a brief recess. We'll have to wait for Miss Faye to recover before summoning her. Get it? Summoning her? Once we receive the doctor's permission, we'll proceed with the trial. Hey, Wright, I've got something to say to you, so listen up. What is it? I don't think much of you as a lawyer. It's always the same with you. You somehow manage to just squeak by without even a faint understanding of the case. Some beautiful woman always seems to come dashing at the last minute to save you. You got some nerve, but that's not going to happen this time. This time, you're going to have to do this by yourself. That's enough. This court is now in recess. Also, this doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, do you need to know who did it to say that someone else clearly did it? I'm truly sorry about everything. You're working so hard to defend me. I was missing all day and we didn't even have a chance to talk. She's right. I met Iris at the training hall yesterday. They had already switched places and Iris was inside the sacred cavern. I wanted to at least be in the defense box today to root you on. Well, it wasn't your fault. You were locked up this whole time. Something more important than that, though, I have to ask you. Why didn't you help your sister out as much as you did? Huh? You had tried to get help at the sacred cavern yesterday. You wouldn't have spent an entire day locked up in there. My sister, I felt sorry for her. She's abandoned by her mother and never got any love from our father either. Yes, but it was the same for you too, wasn't it? Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini who was like a mother to me. Only Dolly had come with me to Hazard Temple. I always loved her. Dolly was always so smart, so strong. She never complained about a thing. That's why I promised her I would help her. Are you talking about the fake kidnapping case 11 years ago? Yes. I want to be useful to her in some way. But, as usual, I was too cowardly. Last minute I ran away. Because of that, Dolly's sister Valerie ended up. That was the case that wounded Mia so badly. But things didn't end up in there, of course. Some people suspected that my sister was involved in the murder. Some people? It must mean, yes, 2 defense attorneys. Mia Fey and Diego Armando, the coffee fiend. He poisoned Mr. Armando, who's getting too close to learning the truth. Dolly even tried to kill the person who unknowingly hid the poison for her. You. That's right. Iris, there's one more thing I have to ask you. Yes, what is it? Well, the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, Elise Dunham, was it really you? Yes, it was me. That night, after I rang the lights out bell, I went back to my room. And around 10:30, I received a call on my cell phone. There's a problem. Come to the Inner Temple right away. I got on the snowmobile and headed for the Inner Temple, but the Inner Temple was cut off, right? Exactly. Can't just leave the body here. So what you gotta do is just, I gotta say, got it? It was me. I was the one that received her body. Her weapon had been left in her body, she bleeding too much. The staff that Mr. Glees always held. I knew it. So the actual murder weapon was the staff. Yes, that's right. I brought the body back to the Hazard Temple on the snowmobile. Why? Why did you alter the body? I didn't want anyone to know the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that lead back to Misty Fey. But her fingerprints are the only ones that are on it. Flushed her up in a robe and stabbed with a shichishito. Wiped the blood off the staff's way and left it next to her on the ground. Iris, just tell me one last thing. Tell me the name of the person that called yourself the real killer. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I can't do it. I can't say who did it. I see. Yes? The judge is calling you. He wants to see you in his chambers. I could have sworn we looked at the fingerprints. There were no fingerprints on it other than the victims. He had some questions about Dolly Hawthorne. Alright. Well, then, I'll see you later. Something I want to tell you. Oh, okay. Something she wants to tell me? I thought we were wrapping this up, but apparently we're not. So it's true. Iris cooperated with the real killer. Even from the very beginning. Phoenix. Mia! How's Maya doing? Basically, I'm not worried. She'll recover completely. I think so, too. But mostly, she's been very hurt very badly by this case. I see. You don't mean she's learned who Elise Dunham really was? Yes, I went to the medical office and talked with her. Told her everything I knew. But why? Maya's stronger than you think. I knew she could take it, all of it. What do you mean by that? Why don't you figure that answer out by yourself? Trial's about to restart. Real killer. Do you know who it is yet? I just wouldn't tell me who called her, but still. It just think there's maybe I knew who it was. That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the inner temple. What? I don't see it. You guys see that? Why do you guys see that? Uh-oh. Did something happen? Hold on a second. Did I fix it? Weird. The whole stream? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. That night, Misty Faye killed herself. The victim was killed in the garden of the inner temple. The criminal wasn't just there by accident. Which means Theo knew of Dolly's plan from the very beginning. And one more thing. The victim was moved to Hoskura temple side by pendulum. The criminal couldn't cross the bridge. It means they were stuck on the inner temple side for almost an entire day. Exactly. So the culprit, someone that wasn't in Hoskura temple the following day. As much help as I can give you. Oh yeah, good point. Alright, who do we have? Was it Pearl? There's only two people over there. It's Maya and Pearl. So it had to be Pearl, right? There's help I can give you. The rest of the battle is yours to win or lose. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Mia. Fine, it's about almost time to bring this case to an end. What exactly did Maya see anyway? Who was it that actually killed Misty Faye? I have to prove it. The albums. Wait. Was it Godo? It was Godo! It had to be. He's the only one. Pearl didn't do it. I was thinking Pearl channeled someone. Now then, before we proceed any further, I want to announce the results of the test we had performed earlier. Test? Yes, test. On the blood dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree. Oh yeah, that. Totally forgot about it. That's the weapon that my Faye used when she fought with the victim. So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood or... Due to time constraints, a full test wasn't possible. However, the one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood. Alright, see you later, Drake. That's all now. Then let's restart this trial. So what is Misty's blood on the dagger? And whose was it? So both defense and the prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides need to show some firm evidence for their claims. I understand, Your Honor. What I've heard, witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking, so let's finish this quickly. Agreed. Very well, please bring in the last witness. We might finish this tonight. Witness, please. That's what it seems like. Witness, please tell us your name and profession. Maya Faye. My profession is, I'm assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law Offices. Maya, what is this magazine I have here? You're a spirit medium of the crane channeling technique. I'm frightened. It's Faye clan. I don't want any more to do with it. Oh, Maya, the pain the Faye bloodline caused must be unbearable. Very well. Now then, Miss Faye, when the event occurred, you were in the garden of the inner temple. And you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Dunham's murder. Is this correct? I didn't see anything. Straighten up this instant, young lady. Huh? Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's no always time for crying later. But your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out, and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen? Witness, if you please. Yes, Your Honor. I was passing through the garden on the way to the spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" And something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness. So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been the staff. The person who hit you. It was Dolly Hawthorne, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was. I think hard. Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't. Maybe she got hit by a cup of coffee and that was the warm stuff that splashed on her. Can't say it was especially a good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. Seems it would be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Go on with them, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. Hang in there. Shouldn't look well at all. Did we save before this one? I can't remember. Are we? Is this 4-3? I'll just say, I don't know. We'll save. Okay, I was passing through the garden on the way to Spirit Prep when it happened. Who else on the inner temple side that night? Well, Sister Bikini, of course. But I remember her saying that Iris would be coming later as well. But after the incident, Edward met Bikini at Hazleburn Temple. I mean, she couldn't be the criminal. So then, did Iris actually come later like she said? Well, let me think. He was confused, probably because she's so tired. No, I'm sure I didn't see her. She must have come while I was preparing her for the training. It's like someone struck me over the head. Who did it? Who hit you? Well, I didn't see who it was. I was hit from behind. Didn't see the person? After that, your attacker was in front of you. How did I see who it was? Oh, well, let me think for a second. I'm sorry, I just can't remember. Maya's really having a hard time. What should I do? Yeah, press a little bit harder. Come on, Maya. This isn't making sense. Why didn't you see this person? Well, let me think. It was, yeah, that's right. It was dark. That's it. It was dark? It's not good to have too much light around when someone is undergoing spiritual training. I'm thinking there was earlier testimony to that effect as well. So it was dark in the garden on the night of the crime. I didn't see her attacker. I mean, she's trying to hide something, but I guess not. That testimony this far, that tiny attacker was most likely a spirit that was channeled by at least Dunham, Dahlia Hawthorne. Very well, please continue your testimony. I'm after you were struck on the head. Stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I'm afterwards. My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape, I think. You think? After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic. There were only two things rolling around in my mind at the time. Oh, now, this is beginning to get interesting. What are the two things rolling around in your mind? My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. You see, for some crazy reason, I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. It was odd considering my loved one's in danger, but that's how it was. It's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable given the circumstances. It seems like a weird thing to think, though. What did you do then? I think I screamed, "Help me." Think you screamed, but you're not sure? Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits. Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes. Thought this person might attack me, anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought it was my last hope. Wow, it sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. Wonder what she meant by last hope. What'd I do? Did I press her for details? Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff? What do you mean by your last hope? No, that's what you said. You said my last hope. Huh? What? I said what? Look, you were facing an attacker you couldn't see, and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me." Yeah. Testify that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope. Oh, well, that's like, what do you call it when that happens? Maya's doing so well up there. Oh yeah, oh, that's right. Remember now, I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at. Well, what'd you say? Yeah, that's right. It's the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to for help. Ah! Well, what is it now? I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out. Huh? Well, witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there's another person? I am. Well, I meant to keep that part a secret. What have I done? Ha! It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say. Ton of pressure? You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in the chamber. Witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony. I see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern. A man? Who is this man? Well, you see, I couldn't see. Couldn't see? She's twice now. Well, you know, lantern light isn't very bright. Lantern light, you say? It's a great big stone lantern in the garden. That was lighted when the acolyte is in there for training. Oh, hey, you know what they say. Under the lantern, darkness reigns. I could see the person that was further away, but not my attacker who was closer. Plus, there weren't any other light sources in the garden at the time. Something warm splashed over me. You don't mean, was it? I didn't know it at the time, but I think it was probably blood. She's saying that that's when Miss Dunham, who was channeling Dahlia, was stabbed in the back of the killer? At that moment, I was paralyzed with fear. Just sitting there in the snow. Sure blood got on everything around me. That's when I lost consciousness. So what happened next? I don't remember. How were you saved? You don't even remember that? No, I haven't got any idea. I really don't know what happened at all. That's too bad. Worked side by side with Maya for 2 years now. I feel when she's trying to hide something about how she acts. Right now, I'm absolutely certain she's hiding something. Okay, hold on. We're gonna save here again. Just save over that, it's fine.
Objection!
Sorry, it's not lit. So there was a man standing behind your attacker. Yeah. That man. He's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Dunham. Otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother. Killer? Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you? Well, what is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? To be frank, Your Honor, I think she's in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed a huge problem with her testimony. Huh? What do you mean? What problem? Maya, on the night of the crime, the stone lantern was out of commission. Huh? What? It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night. I don't know. What about all those lanterns? The other things? The torches? Order in the court, Mr. Goto, explain this. Was that 16? Add the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the mood. It's mine right now. A cup of cafe au lait. Cafe au lait. Is that even legal? If it were cafe au lait, that means you put potato chips in it. Mr. Wright's words of milk and you are the spoon, Your Honor. I'm a spoon? I'm no spoony bard, I'll have you know. Wow, that is a Final Fantasy reference from way back. Must have noticed it too, Wright. This witness' mental state is highly unstable right now. Hard to understand why she'd make a little mistake like that. Sorry, but that's not gonna cut it. What'd you say? There truly was no light in the garden. Then there's a fatal contradiction in the last bit of testimony. Nick, may I? Recall the witness' statement about her attacker. Says she didn't know who it was, if it was a man or a woman, adult or a child. And yet, witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker. She quite clearly described him as a man. Ah. In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person, despite being so dark she couldn't see the face of her own attacker. No! Oh, order! What in the world does this all mean, Mr. Wright? Are you saying Miss Faye saw the real killer in her pitch-black conditions?
Objection!
Right. Do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark? There's no other light source at the scene.
Objection!
There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Goto. Why, you did see who the killer was in the dark. And now you're trying to cover for him. Cover? The man that killed her mother? There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is. Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you. Yeah, Saw the mask. Ha! How good game, Tripe. Let's see if you can walk the walk. It's pitch black, so what could the witness see? Calling your bluff. No, Nick, don't. Please, stop. Maya's dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth. Do I need to stop? Protect Maya? I'm Mr. Wright. Time to show us what you got. We already saved. Who is this person that you say Miss Faye saw in the darkness? Who else could it be? There's nobody else could be. Who else could it be? I mean, okay, it's not Gumshoe. It's not Edgeworth. It's not me. There's only one other man in the thing. Oh, well, it wasn't him either. Is it bad that I forgot him? Anyway. Because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes? What? But how do you propose to show us something like that? It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night. Conditions? Your Honor, defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off. Well, what? Well, this is, but it can't be. Ha. That was a nice bit of deduction. Try it. Well, everyone, this is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder. I mean, what else could I do? Order, order, order. Goto. What is the meaning of this? That's cup number 17, I think. Sure, you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it? Ha. Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person. What do you mean by that? You got a question, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing red lights? Well, witness, answer the question. You're wrong. I never saw that. Maya, thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man. For a totally different reason. For what? Witness, Mr. Wright, what the?
Objection.
Stop your chattering, Your Honor. Chattering? Okay, that's 17 then. I don't know. It's worth asking. Ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Alright. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man. Yes, Your Honor. It wasn't until after I woke up, but... When I came to, I was just laying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. Torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up, too. Since the person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man. So it was that after the crime took place, the witness came back to think the killer was a man. Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor. No need to apologize. As Mr. Goto said, you're utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you'll be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume the culprit was a man. See, I disagree on the grounds that a woman can do as much as a man. Mr. Wright, proceed your cross-examination. I think we do have a real shot at finishing this tonight, though. When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. So you lost consciousness when you were in the garden, right? Is that right? Yes, I think it happened when the victim was stabbed. The person that carried you into the inner temple could only have been the killer. That's what I think too. The killer carried Maya into the inner temple. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. Guess the killer must have done it, right? Yes, I think so. Why would the killer tamper with a crime scene like that? It must have been something the killer desperately wanted to hide. I don't know. It's like she doesn't have enough confidence. I need to gather some more information before I ask her again. First we lit and the body's gone. First we lit? Yes, that's how I noticed the whole scene had changed. I'm going to say it was the killer who lit the torches. I mean, who else could it be? Killer probably lit them since it'd be impossible to do any cover-up work in the dark. But that's true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Why did the killer go to the effort of moving the body? That's true. It's hard to see how that would be of any advantage to the killer. The only one who would gain anything from that would be the only person that was at the inner temple. Maya. Very well. Let me hear some more information about the condition of the crime scene. And all the snow around the stone lantern has been carefully cleaned up too. Saying the killer cleaned up the snow? It did look really odd. Snow was removed in an unnatural-looking rectangular shape around the lantern. There are a lot of shovels around the inner temple. They're all really heavy, way too heavy for me to use. How heavy can a shovel really be? Not fellow indeed, this killer. How on earth would anyone want to take the snow away? There's one thing I can think of. You say that a lot of the victims' blood sprayed around onto the snow? Yeah. A.R. Clafton ended up being splattered. In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow. I think that's the most reasonable explanation. Perhaps. However, something's bothering me. The killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood in it. There's no need to remove that amount. That's true. He could just scooped up just snow that was stained with blood. Looks like there are some mysteries behind this issue. I think this will help explain them. The person who did all that work alone, I assumed it was a man. And saying that you never saw the killer, right? Yes. Earlier you very clearly stated that you saw a man behind your attacker. Nick, I'm sorry. The killer certainly went to a lot of trouble. Moving the body by manipulating the crime scene. For what purpose? Why do all that? Maybe Maya knows more than she's letting on. That's the killer must have done it, right? Yes, I think so. I knew that there's still a good one to hide. Because when I saw the crime scene, I felt something. You did? Yes. I felt the killer was hiding the evidence for me, for my sake. Well, what? Hiding it for you? Everyone knew that I was the only one at the inner temple that night. If Sister Bikini had come back and looked at this garden, she may have thought that you had done it. No, she definitely would have thought so. You're saying that that's why the real killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing had happened. Yes, I'm sure of it. Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. You should add that to your testimony. Yes, Your Honor. It was for my sake the killer cleaned up the evidence of what happened. They did it for your sake? Well, the body and the blood hadn't been removed. I would have immediately been the prime suspect, right? Yes, I suppose that's true. If that happened, the body would have caused some other problems, too. If the real identity had come out right then, it would have been terrible. Master Crane killed by her own daughter. I don't think Maya would have been able to handle it. Still, it's rather difficult to fathom the killer's motives. What reason there to go through that much trouble to protect you? And the body was gone. Save again. We're close. We're close. I think you're right. But at least Doom was carried all the way to Hazakura Temple's courtyard. In the garden, the real scene of the crime, the snow that we suspect was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one matter that seems somewhat odd. Oh? And what would that be? You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Godo. It's the message written in blood on the lantern. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Maya. Ah. If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, then why didn't they wipe the writing off the lantern? Ah! You're right. It all comes together if it's Godo. Because he got all the pieces of it. Order, order, order. But Mr. Wright, I gotta brush my tail again. I'll be right back, okay? I'm back. I'm back. Alright, so here's what happened. All the snow was removed because he can't see red on white. And that's why it wasn't wiped off. The fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene? Indeed, but it doesn't make much sense to remove the body and remove the bloody snow and not wipe out the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing.
Objection.
How many cups of coffee has he had? But if that's the case, do you have any explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior? Why don't this killer move the body and remove all of the snow? And leave the bloody writing on the lantern? I don't know what the killer's plan was. It's the fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern. There must be a reason for it. Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your opinion. Why did the killer leave the message written in bloody... What? Why did the killer leave the message written in blood on the lantern? The killer didn't notice it. Prosecutor Goto, earlier this trial, you gave me some good advice. I'm adjusting my headset. I gotta make sure my hair is pinned. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought. No touching the tail! I just brushed that. The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that the crime had occurred there. If that's the case, they wouldn't have left the bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean they didn't notice it. But that doesn't make any sense. Torches are all lit and everything. There's no way any normal person wouldn't miss something as glaring as that. You're right. There is no way any normal person would. What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? There's only one person involved in this incident who could have missed seeing the bloody writing altogether. Who would that be? The person that could notice, failed to notice the bloody writing. The same person failed in court. Mr. Goto, this is what you said yesterday. You try to touch my tail so to help you sleep? My eyesight's pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. You can't see everything. Is that correct, Mr. Goto? This lantern was submitted as evidence today. I'd like the court to think back to the moment it was first presented. This lantern. There's something written on it. Well, why? It's written in blood. Oh, nonsense. This lantern screams a whistle. Mr. Goto, just admit it. There are certain colors you can't see, correct? You can't see red on a white background, can you? That's right, we went through this once before. During the poison case at Très Bien. This is the apron that delightful Miss Bird was wearing. Oh, I forgot about that! Wearing at the time, and somehow spilled coffee on it. Something's still bothering me, Mr. Goto. Why have you not explained this bloodstain to the court? Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be? Fingers prosecutor, the blood color stain is smeared all over the apron. It's ridiculous, no one told me anything about a blood stain. You can see the coffee on the white apron, but you couldn't see the ketchup because it was red. Huh. It's strange. In black and white photo, those letters would have appeared black to me. I wonder, why am I the only one who can't see them? Mr. Goto, are you admitting it? You admitting you can't see the red writing on the lantern? Hey, Gramps. Didn't you know? That's the reason why I don't drink red tea. What? Is there red tea? There is red tea. How did I search red tea and come up with black tea? Oh, whatever. Wasn't sure about it until now, but just can't believe it. Prosecutor Goto is the murderer. But there's no going back now. I finally figured out the truth. Order, order! Mr. Goto, defense at this time formally accuses you. You are the murderer of Miss Elise Dunham, also known as Miss Misty Fey. It's hard to believe this may be true, however. Once again, Mr. Wright, it's brought up a disquieting fact about you. Ha! Just make sure you don't fill out the indictment in red ink, Gramps. Come on, how's a little graffiti make me into the killer? Besides, it's not like it's my name that's written there. I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red. This is rich. Go on, try it. The answer's right there at the crime scene. In the snow. The snow? How so? Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow? Your Honor, you said it yourself. If you wanted to hide the bloody snow, why not just take out just that area? That's why didn't he take just that area? Ah, could it be? Yes, the red killer couldn't see the red blood on that seeped into the snow. So he had to remove all of the snow. He wasn't sure where the blood had landed, so he just removed the whole area.
Objection.
Is it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark? What about all the lanterns? Not a chance. The torches were all lit. He would have been able to see just fine. It seems that once again this trial has taken an unexpected turn, to say the least. Can you explain this, Mr. Goto? Hold it. Wait just a minute. Maya, what is this, witness? Mr. Goto isn't the killer. After all, he didn't even come to the Inner Temple. Till 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after that old bridge got fixed up.
Objection.
Maya. You can't testify to something like that. Why? What do you mean? I may not look it, but I'm... Eek. After the murder happened, you didn't even exist. She didn't? I'm afraid I don't follow. Are you seeing that, old man? We established this just a little while ago. After the murder, this witness was unconscious for a long time. Because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, that's right. Please, Your Honor, let me add that to my testimony. Nick, please listen to me. Maya, you plan to cover for Goto no matter what the cost? If that's the case, then I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear her testimony. It means we're going to hear the whole truth. I say we should not silence her. Ha. Nicely done, Wright. Very well, let's hear the witness's testimony. Please tell us what happened to the Inner Temple after the murder. Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began channeling and my spirit left me, as it were. Little Pearlie was there at the Inner Temple, too. Pearlie was also stuck on the Inner Temple side that night. Next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. Next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Goto arrived at the Inner Temple for the first time. He found Pearlie first and cheered her right up. Who is this Pearlie? That's my little cousin, Pearl Faye. So when did you hear about this? Oh, just a while ago when I was in the medical office. I'm terribly sorry. Fear for someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. What? Come on. Pearlie would never tell a lie. She's a way more honest person than I'll ever be. Real smart, Maya. You always know the best things to say when you're under oath. Hydrate, you got it. Ha! Prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness. Now, Mr. Goto? Let's move on to cross-examination. The defense has no objections. This is highly unusual. What? Well, Mr. Wright? Let's get this cross-examination started. Pearlie was also stuck in the Inner Temple side that night. Wrong button. So where did you think Pearl slept that night? In the spare prep room next to the training hall, I guess. There's rules you can't enter the training hall during Akai's training. Even so, why did she go to the Inner Temple in the first place? Yeah, Pearl became very worried about Maya. Sure that the spiritual training was about to undergo was very intense. Pearl was supposed to channel Dahlia Hawthorne, but she couldn't do it. That's why she headed to the Inner Temple. However, Dahlia Hawthorne was already there. Death in the body of Elise Dunham. Next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. Searched the entire Inner Temple side, end to end. Well, you see, Pearlie gets pretty scared when she's alone. And there weren't that many places to look. She says that she even went back and forth several times. The top side has two structures, the training hall and the spare prep room. There's also a storage shack, I think. That's about it. A storage shack, too. Pearl's looking for other people, right? Should she have really examined a storage shack all that carefully? If it was me, that would be the first place I would investigate. That means it's possible that someone may have been hiding in the storage shack. Taking the bridge time fixtures in the spare prep room. Pearl didn't hear the sound of them working on the bridge. What do you mean? I just wondered why she would stay in the prep room. If it was me, I'd at least go out and wait at the footbridge. Oh, well, Pearlie said she was sleeping at the time. She said she was so scared during the night. She couldn't sleep. Well, I woke up a bunch of times. Poor little girl, all alone like that. We know she had at least one friend in the sacred cavern. Dahlia Hawthorne, who was busy battling with a trick lock. She couldn't let anyone see her. She wouldn't have shown herself to Pearls. What happened after the bridge was finally fixed? Mr. That's when Mr. Godo arrived at the Inner Temple for the first time. So it's your first time on the Inner Temple side, Mr. Godo? Hmm? That's funny. Am I imagining things, or did Vince ask me a question? Mr. Wright, please save your questions for the witness. Sure, from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. Those are your words, Your Honor. Touche, Mr. Wright. Oh well. What do you have to say, Mr. Godo? Alright, that's like 19. I thought we only did 17. Hot nights and even hotter coffee. That's what I always say. Hadn't been for this case, I never would have visited there. A freezing cold temple in the mountains? I think I'll pass. So yeah, I never visited the Hachigoro Temple, or the Inner Temple, huh? Ha. Wanna say something, Trite? In any case, I have to find a crack in Godo's armor. Walk off stamina, not Maya, that is. I mean, there's no way it's gonna be like randomly, like, oh, there's Godo in the background. No. Alright, let's keep going. Very well. Please go into your testimony. Mr. Bridge, the policeman came over to the Inner Temple side, right? Yes, then Mr. Godo found Pearly first and cheered her right up. He cheered her up? That's what Pearly said. She said he was a very nice older gentleman. Thank you for looking after my cousin, Mr. Godo. And here I was thinking you were nothing more than a coffee addict. Ha! Cut it out, you're making me blush. This guy's really beginning to get on my nerves in more ways than one. Places aren't that many places to look on the Inner Temple side. Policemen were all busy going over the garden with fine-tooth combs. I decided to carry out an investigation my own way, Godo style. On the same way, I like to hand down verdicts in my own way, judge style. Maybe I should ask him question Phoenix style. I feel that you could go to the investigation on your own. Did you find anything? I thought your investigation went about as well as yours, Trite. After all, I did miss the bloody writing on the lantern. Welcome back. Yeah, I'm mean. It's well known. Well, I didn't miss it, so speak for yourself, Goggles. The only odd thing I discovered was the beauty in the training hall. Beauty? Misty Faye, naturally. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes. Western tastes? Could you find a stranger way to describe gravy? So from there you head to the prep room? Wait a second, what did Godo just say just now? I think I just found his perfect weak spot. Only one thing of any importance here. Where's Godo was the murder taking place? He's already been at the Inner Temple when it happened. Otherwise he couldn't have killed at least Uno. Alright, I think we found his weakness. Hydrate, you got it. Ow! Go back to the top.
Objection!
Mr. Godo, the first time you crossed Dusty Bridge and went to the Inner Temple was long before the murder took place. Well, why do you say that? Because you just made one fatal slip-up. The hanging scroll in the training hall. Hanging scroll? But Mr. Godo's right. That scroll shows a picture of my mother. Maya, I know you know who it is, but here's something you didn't know. By the time the bridge has been repaired 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this. What's that wonderfully delicious smell? Morning after the crime, someone covered it with gravy. Gravy? But why gravy, Nick? Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit. Well, Mr. Godo, if you really hadn't seen the hanging scroll until after the murder, you wouldn't have had any way of knowing that it was Misty Faye. Also, you missed. I'm still here. Oh, wait a minute, Nick. Because I'm not a Pokemon. Yes? Take a look at the hanging scroll. Look, at the top. There's a crest there. Ah, that. That's the mark of the master, correct? Exactly. If you know the meaning of the mark, you could guess there was a picture of Misty Faye on there. True, Mr. Godo described what was underneath like this. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of the Western tastes. Oh. It's possible he knew what the crest meant. However, You're gonna know that she was wearing Japanese clothing. Mr. Goto, on the day of the murder, you were hiding in the inner temple long before the crime took place. He's definitely had way more cups of coffee than he's allowed. Can I ask you just one little thing, Wright? What is it? This whole theory of yours. It all rests on a certain assumption. That I knew beforehand that the crime was going to be committed. That's right, otherwise there's no reason for him to sneak out onto the crime scene. Of course, Mr. Goto knew about the plan. Huh? Well, what'd you say? Could it possibly another person knows the plan? I think it's this.
Take that!
This crime was actually planned over a year ago. Morgan Fay authored the plan for her daughter's future. And these instructions were hidden somewhere in Fay Manor for... I almost said Fay Manor for a year. However, by the time Little Pearls found these instructions, they had already been unsealed. Unsealed? Yes. The killer had read these instructions long before Pearls ever found them. That's how he knew the crime was taking place at the Inner Temple. And he still insists the crafty killer is me. You bet I do. She just said that the instructions were hidden. That's right. Shigoto couldn't have known where the instructions were hidden. If you really wanted to know, he had one great chance to find out. Yes, and when was that? During a visit. A visit? Morgan Fay told her daughter Pearl about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention center. That'd be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden. Eavesdropping on a visit to the detention center. Yes, it could be arranged if you were someone with easy access in and out of there. Like a prosecutor. For example, a prosecutor such as Mr. Goto. Order, order, order! Mr. Goto, you're under fire again. This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge. And you're the only one that could have acquired this information before the murder. It's like 21 cups of coffee. I don't know. I thought he limited himself to 17. I guess it's his last. Humans are afraid of the dark. And yet, at the same time, we're fascinated and bewitched by it. Maybe that's why humans drink the darkness in his coffee. Sorry for always asking, but what does that mean? It means there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killers in this case eavesdropped on a conversation during a jail visit where he learned of a hidden plan for a crime. After discovering the plans, he hid in the inner temple and waited for the crime to occur. He ultimately took a person's life. And he did all this just to protect this witness? That's right. If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask, why would I do this? This girl is nothing but a stranger to me. I have no reason to go through this kind of trouble to protect her. I'm what you see. I'm certainly not the type to rescue the damsel in distress. The killer's behavior is certainly extreme, for lack of a better word. Even considering the killer wanted to protect this witness's life. You know, I have a dumb question. What, couldn't he have done it with his stun gun just easily? His behavior is still a little too natural. However, you had a good reason, didn't you, Mr. Goto? An unshakable reason that forced you to protect this witness at all costs. I knew it. You figured it out, haven't you, Nick? Maya, I guess you were doing your best to cover for Goto. You have the same reason, huh? Okay, Trite, I'm all ears. Let's hear it. It's very simple. Maya Fey is a lot more than just a stranger to you. Well, what's this? There's one person who lies at the very center of this whole story. One person ties you and Maya Fey together inextricably. Mia Fey! There's a very good reason why Maya Fey's life is so precious to you. After all, she is Mia Fey's only sister. Mia Fey. You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney. Well, wait a second here. Mr. Goto is a defense attorney? With your honor-piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now. The real name of this man who calls himself Goto. His real name is Diego Armando. Isn't that right? The last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago. Diego Armando, that name rings a bell. It should, Your Honor. All this is related to a single case. A case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself. Yafei's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off that disguise. However, there's one man who reached out to help her. Diego Armando, a senior defense attorney at the office where Mia worked. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself. Mia, you can't cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Look at that piercing gaze. And now he's got RoboCop going on. I was moved by her. The way she put all her faith in her clients. That pure, sweet heart of hers. That's why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Me and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident. Then one fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We met in the courthouse cafeteria. Ah, I just remembered, 6 years ago, right here in the courthouse, you were poisoned. Even I didn't see it coming. It's 22 cups of coffee. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison in my coffee. The newspaper at the time called it a murder. Very little information about the case was released to the press. But you weren't dead at all. No official reports ever actually called it a murder. I was just in a deep, deep coma. I see. My body shut down and my life became nothing but a long, deep sleep. The was poison did a real number on my central nervous system. I lost my sight, and all my hair turned white due to the damage it caused. Or possibly age. Hard to say. That's terrible. Also, why is his beard not white? Apparently it's a miracle I even regained consciousness. 5 years past this, I drank that poison brew. Then one morning, my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee. 5 years? You were asleep for 5 years? And the worst possible news was waiting for me. Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I had already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered. And the woman I loathed had been sentenced to death. The woman you loathed? The woman who had spiked my scalding hot coffee. Dahlia Hawthorne. Ha! Good old Mia. She didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up. That's sad. That's so sad. For someone like me, for someone who had slept away their best days, he swore to never sleep again, and so every day he drinks 25 cups of coffee. The only 2 reasons left to live. One. It was for those 2 reasons that I decided to become a prosecutor. I may ask, what were your 2 reasons to live? First was you, Wright. Huh? Me? If I hadn't drank that stupid poison, Mia Fey never would have died, much less the way she did. You were the only one who was there to protect her, but you let her die. It's all your fault. It wasn't like that. I want to see for myself what kind of man you really were. So that's why you became a prosecutor? The other reason was for living because she goes by the other name of Mia Fey. Huh? You mean me? You were the only one I could make up for the sin of not saving Mia. 1 year ago when the Korean Village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something. Whatever evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. Her role as prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do something about her. That's how I overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the detention center. I knew that time was drawing near. So I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to outwit the plan. I thought if I could do that, I could keep that girl from being caught up in it. That makes sense. Pearl had known the plan, that the actual purpose of the plan was to kill Maya. She never would have helped out. Why not just tell Pearl? My day the plan was drawing near. I contacted both of my accomplices. Iris of Hazard Temple and Misty Fey. First we needed the help of Iris. She would take the fall on my backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Fey. But how'd you contact my mother? She'd been missing for almost 20 years. Officially, yes. What do you mean, officially? So much coffee! You haven't heard about it, have you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government. I just mentioned it. Bikini did say something to that effect. Said that the Master Crane had great authority. Even without her official position, Misty Fey was still one of great influence. At least if you can keep your eye on her movements all this time. That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as prosecutor. So my mother was cooperating with you? Don't ever forget, no matter how far away from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you. She was always... That's why I knew she would do anything to protect you. You don't know how strong her resolve to protect you was. Look at her staff. Her staff? The one with the sword in it? The day the plan was to be carried out and arrived soon enough. But for the first time at House Secure Temple. That's when your mother showed me her special staff. Realized it then. Just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fay if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price. But mother. That night, the night of the crime. There's just one way to stop. No, there wasn't! There were 1,000 ways to stop this plan. There were 1,000 ways to stop this plan. Okay. So, Misty can channel Dahlia? Why don't you channel her from, like, a jail cell? They could work together. He's a prosecutor. He has access to prison. Put her in a jail cell. Channel her. Right then. Boom. There, she has no way to get to Maya. Done. Pearl can't summon her. Problem solved. She can't... No chance. Okay, what if he went up there with a stun gun? You know? Tasers exist. Presumably. Okay, you know, what if he just stood at the bridge and didn't let anybody across? Boom. Nobody gets across. There's only one way to that place. There's hundreds of ways, thousands of ways. You need pearls, don't you? You have to make sure she can channel Dahlia Hawthorne. Well, Pearl, what are you gonna do tonight? Well, if you like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together. We thought we prevented her from playing her part in Morgan's plan, but she never showed up. She was worried to follow me to the inner temple. That was the thing we were most afraid of. That's why Miss Fay did the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body. What do you mean? She channeled the spirit first, then Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself. As Master Crane, Misty Fay's power is supreme. So that's how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Fay wouldn't be able to. Ah! Can we pull it off? What? Is this true? My role in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Maya Fay. That's why I hid myself in the inner temple, just in case you need to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne. No. Anyway, that's all I'm going to admit to, Wright. Huh? There's no doubt about it, you're a great defense attorney. But you're going to have to do the rest yourself. The background leading to this incident has been laid bare. Just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? There are two possible subjects right now. Maya Fay, and I'm sad to say you, Mr. Godo. Where does he get, like, how many cups of coffee has he had? It's like 26. That's right, if you're the real deal, finish this thing once and for all. Trust beyond a shadow of doubt that you can finish this on your own. No, Nick. Please don't. Well, Maya, I heard the whole thing. My sister in the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Godo. I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia, and me too. Maya, I know that. And Nick. But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify. Hey, hang on. Like, since when is it a crime to protect somebody? Alright, somebody's being attacked with a knife. You stab them. Say your testimony, please. This is final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know. I want to hear the truth from your own lips. I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick. Alright, young lady, tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder? I mean, yeah. From caffeine overdose. Before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them. Thought I asked for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She was dead though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly, the red lights went out, and the whole area was dark. At that moment, there was a horrible scream. That Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness. red lights. I thought you said you don't remember seeing them. I'm sorry. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden. Things break, right? Even the best of theories. Who was it stabbed Misty Faye? So you still can't prove it. I was telling the truth at the time, I know it. The rest is up to me. Well then, Mr. Wright, see your final cross-examination to witness. Final cross-examination! Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them. Lights shining in the dark? I don't think you could make a mistake like that. Yeah, you're right. I think I saw them, but I can't say for certain. I can't tell you for sure they're from Mr. Goto's mask either. I get the feeling. Think I should save? Well, I'm in terrible danger of time. There's no way she can remember the details of the scene perfectly. And then let's go on the testimony. Would you install their lights? I thought I'd ask for help, but I was splattered with blood. That blood, was it Dahlia Hawthorne's blood? I think so, probably, just that moment. I saw a scream that seemed to be close by. It's a woman's voice. That's when the killer stabbed the victim from behind with a murder weapon. Is that right? I doubt Maya was in the middle of a really dangerous situation. Anyway, the victim was stabbed by the murder weapon. What happened after that? She wasn't dead though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Struck back? How do you know that? Well, you're right, I didn't see exactly, but I could tell by the sounds of her breathing and movement. Also, smell of blood. Police more horror than any young lady should ever have to in her one life. Then what did you do at that point? I couldn't move. Just barely make out the shadows moving in the dark, but I had no idea what to do. Did you still see the red lights you mentioned earlier? Yes, I think so. But suddenly the red lights went out and the whole area was dark. They went out? Yes, suddenly I couldn't see them at all. What could it mean? Red lights were coming from Mr. Goto's mask. They went out right in the middle of the fight. And the mask was damaged. Maybe it was knocked off. Or maybe the batteries ran out. Right? Maybe those little red pinhole looking lights just stopped working. What really happened then? And there was a horrible scream. What do you mean by just at that moment? You mean the moment when the red lights went out? Yes, that's right. You heard then, was it Dahlia Hawthorne? I don't think so. Pretty sure it's a man's voice. What? That scream came from the killer? That's gotta be it. I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it. And the killer let out a scream of pain, huh? And that killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess. Well, Mr. Wright, it makes sense to me. I like reasonable deduction, but I still kind of wonder. I don't think we're done. That's exactly how it happened. Of course, after all, my deductions are certainly always correct. Alright, let's go on with the testimony. You and the victim were fighting ferociously. What happened then? After that, Dahlia collapsed and lost consciousness. And what about the killer that stabbed Dahlia? Sorry, I don't know. Really, it's true, Nick. I believe you. At this point, I'm sure Maya isn't lying. It appears the darkness is proven to be your undoing, Trite. I gotta use testimony to prove that Goto's committed the murder. I wish I didn't have to do it. For some reason, I get the feeling that some part of Goto actually wants me to. Alright, there was somewhere we could press earlier. After that, you turned towards the lights and called for help. Not because you thought the lights were coming from Mr. Goto's mask? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's what I was thinking at the time. I can't remember it after all. There's a person I couldn't identify in front of me. I was in terrible danger at the time. I wish you can remember the details of the scene perfectly. Okay, let's get on the testimony. Ask for help with this in a splatter with blood. What was it, Dahlia Hawthorne's blood? Go stab the victim from behind with the murder weapon. Is that right? She wasn't dead though. She struck back at the enemy behind her.
Hold it.
Struck back? How do you know that? I didn't see, right, I didn't see exactly. The tip of some bleeding movement. No blood. What'd you do at that point? I couldn't move. Just barely make out the shadows moving in the dark, but I had no idea what to do. You still see the red lights? Yeah, yes, I think so, but suddenly the red lights went out and the whole area was dark. They went out? Yeah, so I couldn't see them at all. What could it mean? They went out right in the middle of the fight, and the mask was damaged. It was knocked off. Maybe the batteries are out. Maybe this little bit stopped working. Oh, there's a horrible scream. Just that moment. You mean the moment when the red lights went out? That's right. Here then was it Dahlia Hawthorne? I think so. I'm pretty sure it's a man's voice. What? So that scream came from the killer? It's gotta be it. I think the blade and attacked the killer with it. The killer left it out of a scream of pain, huh? The killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess. Trying to make sense to me. A reasonable objection, but I still kind of wonder. Here's a contradiction here. I'm sorry to say this. That interpretation would create an enormous contradiction. Makes sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct. This one she just gave. Before the killer let out a scream, I said she'd already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade and the staff had already been plunged into the victim. Ah! Is that right? She couldn't have struck back with the sword that was already stuck in her body. What caused the killer to let out a scream was something other than the staff. So sure about that, and don't keep waiting any longer, right? There's only one thing I can think of. It had been used as a weapon here. Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff. What could she use to strike back the killer? The knife. Duh.
Take that.
Naturally, the dagger that the killer brought to the scene of the crime. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. The dagger was found at the crime scene, stuck in a pine tree. Yes, the detective found it this morning and brought it to me. Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this. She managed to wound him as well.
Objection.
Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. How do we know the blood on the dagger could have been from the victim? No, we already know that. It's not. Have you gotten the blood has already been tested? So we learned it wasn't the victim's blood. It must be the killer's blood. The killer must have wounded somewhere on his body. Alright. Take off your shirt, Goto. You're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer? Exactly. DNA analysis of blood proves beyond the shadow of doubt. Yes, Mr. Goto. It'll prove it is your blood. I don't know, 50 cups of coffee. Nice theory, Wright. Order in the court. Is this the end? Have I done it? Even you won't be able to change the results of a scientific test. I don't know, he gets a magic cup of coffee appearing out of nowhere. Ha! Let me ask you something, Wright. Let's just say it turned out that I was the killer. Do you think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that? What? Just think for a second. This dagger was found this morning by a detective and brought to me. There's already blood on it, correct? Even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the courtroom. Yes. What does that prove? Well, hi, Wendy. Oh, wow. Over 2 years. Welcome back. How have you been? If I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off and then planted another person's blood on it. But it can't be. In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee, Wright. That blood doesn't belong to me. Not a chance. That's a very long time. What? In any event, it seems to be established the killer was wounded. Right. Ow! Well, wait a minute. What's the problem? I know I probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation. Maya? Now this dagger, you said that it wounded the killer. Ow! I'm being pelted. Ah! The pie's stuck. Get off, get off, get off. Ow! Another pie. I can't see. Wait. Get off. Ah. Oh. Alright, come on, Pi. Fall off. There we go. That's right. But, if Mr. Goat had really been cut with that dagger, his clothes should be bloody or have a rip in them, right? You know people can change clothes, right, Maya? Ow! So many coins. Maybe just change his clothes. That'd solve the contradiction pretty easily. What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder? Everyone that's on the inner temple side got trapped there. Ah, that's right. Rich in fish. And pies. That's right, and once the bridge was fixed, the police headed for the inner temple. Mr. Goto was already there, waiting for them. He never had a chance to change his clothes. Ah! Or he was wearing different clothes at the time. Or in the court, the witness says it's true. Well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him. But no one could have predicted lightning strike to shut down the bridge. Why anyone have brought a change of clothes? Nung! Did the judge take a smart pills during the last recess? Well then, maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder. He didn't get any blood on it. You think he was naked in the snow?
Objection!
That's impossible, Wright. You know how cold it gets up there late at night? A few minutes with no clothes on, you'd be frozen solid. Ah! Huh. Ha! That's all you got? I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this. Urk, right now, if Mia Fey were here, she would have closed the case, book on this case already. Mia Fey were here? Come on, Wright. Can you do it or not? How about it, Mr. Wright? We accuse Mr. Goto as being the killer. Can you prove it? Have you got even one piece of evidence? The question is whether I can prove it or not. In fact, I have to prove it. That's the only choice I have. I was taught this is one of the rules of being a lawyer. We must solve this. I can prove it. I'm going to bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition, just as you want it. Ha! That's good. Fight it to the bitter end, Wright. There's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point. Why don't we go for it? The unlimited penalty. The unlimited penalty! Blocked by save. Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Goto? Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got the one piece of evidence I need. Give me a break. You got nothing to try. We got no choice, Seaborn. Don't do it at a time like this. Simple. I gotta think outside the box and approach this from a different angle. Alright then, Mr. Wright, let's see what you got. There's one thing I'm demonstrating in the previous cross-examination. Killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger. But it was impossible for him to have hidden such a wound. Wait, it's on his face! It's on his face! He got cut in the face! If he had been cut by a dagger, the shooting bloodstain on his clothing. There's one place the killer could have hidden his wound. Well, what did you say? Hidden. This is it. My last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I need to think about why there were no bloodstains on his clothing. And show how he hid the wound. At the end of the line. Final stop, try it. Let's see what you got. Where's this location you say the killer hid his wound? Do I have... Where is it? Is this enough? There's no evidence. It's on his face. It fell off. It fell off when he got stabbed. Ha! I don't know what you're talking about. And frankly, I don't need to know. All I do know is you'll never be half the lawyer she was. Isn't that right, Wright? What was that just now? Mia? It can't be. You're living on through him? Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. beneath your mask. During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right. Your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Goto, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under there somewhere, and I'd say this whole case is solved. He's smoking. Ah! His mask exploded. Well, now he has a wound on his face. We can't prove it was a dagger. There's his 60th cup of coffee. You know people have arms, right? Do you know how much taller he would have to be than her for her not to be able to reach his face with a knife? Just now, I saw her spirit in you. I never liked you. 6 years ago, you helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle of poison. And then, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you. That's what I thought. Mr. Goto. But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. Truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive was myself. Was me. You, yourself. I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape from the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on, so I ran. I hid behind a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. But you saved Maya. Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway. Well, what do you mean? Are you listening, Maya? If I had really wanted to save you, then there's one person I should have gone to and talked to right away. Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick? But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother. But I closed my eyes to the most important man involved. Do you know why? The real reason? No, why? I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all. Huh? I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia. Nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me. You're wrong. You put your life on the line to save Maya. Was it really for my sake? Even I'm not really sure. What do you mean by that? That night, in the darkness of the garden, when I saw her silhouette. A part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. I'm not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at that point. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Faye? Or was it something else? Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could have been simply a desire for revenge. And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy. The stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom. You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where you left off, as a true defender of the people. In that one moment, I understood everything. Mr. Goto? I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Mr. Armando, I believe in you. I know you were trying to save me. Thanks. Your wound. It's bleeding. Ha! Did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. These must be my tears. Tears? Ever since I woke up from my coma. I think I've been waiting for this very moment. Mr. Armando. You do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. This time, it really is all over, isn't it? Defendant? Yes, Your Honor. Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body within the crime scene is a serious offense in itself. I understand, Your Honor. Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk and I willingly cooperated anyway. Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say? Well, there's one thing I'd like to say to him something. I'd like to say something, Mr. Wright. I want to apologize to you. Apologize? To me? For what? For the case 5 years ago, of course. I just remembered. Weren't you poisoned by your own lover? Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years later, I can only believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me. It's not all that surprising. Two of you hardly knew each other. Huh? What do you mean? You and my sister. We met twice. Huh? Oh, we only met twice? First time you met was on that fateful day. Day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of this very courthouse. Next time you met her was 8 months later. You met her again on the day that she stole your cold medicine. Ow! I'm back, baby! And Doug Swallow was killed. No way. It can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship, we were... For those 8 months... The woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister. Huh? It wasn't Dahlia? I hope one day you can forgive me. Beanie. You mean... That's right. I lied to you. For 8 months. I didn't expect that. But why? Why would you do such a thing? Ever since she gave you the net bottle that day, my sister was trying to get back as soon as she possibly could. There's police investigation and their surveillance. She couldn't move about freely. That's why you... My sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst. Prepared for the worst. She thought that you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice. She was ready to kill me, don't you? She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance. That's why he came to me. He came to me to get the bottle pinned back from me in the first place. I couldn't get you to give it back. That was something even as simple as that. 8 months passed, I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It's the first time that it ever happened. That's a bit strange, wasn't it? Until that day you two were partners in crime, she would confer with you. I think she must have noticed. Noticed what? My feelings for you. If I found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her, if it meant her life or mine. Iris. After spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed. I have something to say to you, too. Yes? You are the person I always thought you were. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you. Thank you. There's a 75th cup of coffee. How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. I'll tell you though, right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. You think so, Phoenix Wright? Yeah, I think you're right. First, this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim, Elise Dunham. At some point, I expect you will be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case. I understand, Your Honor. I was counting, but he went over to like 20, so I give up. Very well. On charge of murder, I can find the defendant. Not guilty. I don't know if you noticed the numbers going up like crazy toward the end. I mean, it's really only like 31 or something like that. Court is now adjourned. Confetti! We did it! So I guess it's all over. The way everything ended, was justice really served? The man who risked his life to save Maya is being sent to prison by my own hand. Of course justice was served. Mia! I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant. But I couldn't save Mr. Armando. The man who cared so deeply for you. You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible. You mean, with that verdict? I think one day you'll understand too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You're as good out there today as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There's nothing more you can learn from me. But Mia, you've accomplished something I wasn't able to. I owe you a great deal. Thank you. Mia, I'm sure we'll meet again. Someday, Phoenix. I've had lots of cases and seen a lot of things. And along this journey, I've found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer. Nick, Maya, I guess it's just like my sister said. Mia? What did you say? That night when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do, so she wrote back on my notebook. Don't worry. Phoenix will save everyone in the end. But, come on, cut it out with that gloomy face. Can't you see me, Sis, and I'm sure Iris too? We owe you for everything you've done for us, Nick. Maya. How? How can you be so bright and chipper after all this happened? You were brutally attacked. You even saw your mother murdered. Ouch! Francisca! Still as softy as always, Phoenix Wright. Excellent work, Wright. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, when did you get back? Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that. Francisca had actually been helping me. Helping you? She should have been here on the first day of the trial. The defense wouldn't have gotten it anywhere. Also, I know we're near the end, but I'm gonna go brush my tail real quick, just in case the credits are very long. Okay, I'll be right back. Whoop. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright. Guess we got in here. Wow. Where were you, Nick? I already fell into a river and caught a nasty cold, which forced me to sleep all day. Yeah, that's why I was counting them. But he had way more than that in this trial. He had way more than 17. Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's host pole over his head. Oh, ouch. Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You have need more training. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth, and you too. Francisca? I don't suppose there's room for me in this group hug, is there? Oh, Larry, what's the, longer than usual face? I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never introduced to anyone. Not even once. That's not true, right, Nick? What? Asking me? Well, Nick? Is it true? I got a place in this world, right? Huh? Yeah, of course. I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I was gone. We're gone for good. No. Oh yeah. Those boards you painted, they were really good. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? What? For me? Why are you making that face? Huh, Edgy? Oh well, yes, indeed. I certainly can't say they lack a resemblance. You really mean it? What about you, Francie? Francie, did I draw you well too? Wow, my beauty can't possibly catch by a mere crayon. Glare. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something. So you'll do it, like you promised? You're gonna model for my next picture book? Francie's whippity-whippy trip? Don't get carried away. I didn't do that, I just skipped right away. How about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at. Painting a pearl is pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her around. Pearls. Where could she have gone? Normally she would have made a beeline for Maya. Oh. I'll go look for her. Be right back. Hey, Pearly. Right? You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I expect you're wondering how Maya came to be so cheerful despite all that has happened. Yeah. To be honest, I can't understand it either. Francisca. That's right, she lost her father fairly recently as well. I think I understand how she feels. Maya's a much wiser person than she appears. I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can. What do you mean by now is exactly the time? Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she. At least for that person that Maya is trying her best not to cry. Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya? Edgeworth, I think I'm starting to understand too. Ow! You done fixed, right? Who is Maya Fey being strong for? I was gonna say Phoenix, but... Pearls? Is it Pearls? It's gotta be, right? Armando? Can I save? I can't save. It's too late to save. I can't save it. He's not even here, is he? Well, Pearl's not here either, is she? I'll go Pearl. Pearl Fey. Pearl Kid, after all. The reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions is because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Fey clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word. Thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. Shows how truly devoted she is to Maya. But it's a cool irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Fey's mother was killed and Maya herself was put in the deepest peril imaginable. That's exactly why Maya's putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake. Until she can see her smile again. And Crown of Pearl's pencils short fanfic with Dry Branch set the day after trial on Archive of Her Own. Hi, Astro Dude. That is a lot of things that I don't understand. Okay, Crown of Pencils is the author. Dry Branch is the title. Archive of Our Own is a website? Hey, so this is where you all were. Wow, looks like we got a whole bunch here. Quite a bit. Well, what was that for, sir? Sorry about that, Scruffy. Both just seems to have a mind of its own. What's up, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, you know, this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win. Yeah, I'll take a look if I have time. I definitely won't have time tonight, though. She's supposed to end in 10 minutes. I'm not sure we can get through the credits before then. Let's go out tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. Do you have any money? So I was just sort of kind of going down a bad teeny bit, but it's all right. I'm reservation at First Class French restaurant tonight. You can't afford that. Ah, pretty good work, Scruffy. That was your reward. Take the Gumshoe? It's at a First Class French restaurant. You don't mean? Fabian, where else? Oh no. I knew it. We're doomed. Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal. Hey, you, crybaby. You're invited too. Oh, forget about me. Or I'll be at the loser shack eating potatoes. You know, Maya's taking an awfully long time to get back. She's still out looking for pearls. Uh-oh. Oh, Maya, what's wrong? Nick, what'd I do? Chloe, I can't find her anywhere. Huh? I just went back home, that's all. I thought so too, so I called the village. No one's heard from her. This had never happened before. I mean, I know she can run like a freight train, a faster train, but still. It's only been like 2 seconds. I figured she'd been badly hurt by this incident. She was responsible for the tragedy that's befallen you, Maya. But none of this was her fault. What? What should I do? Take Gumshoe. Yeah, what is it, pal? So you guys going ahead? But what about you? Maya and I will join you guys once we find pearls. Nick, don't worry about us, Take Gumshoe. We may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. Yeah, but you're the... Ah! Very well, Phoenix, right? We'll go on ahead. Don't keep us waiting, right? We won't. But where should we look? Where could Pearlie have gone? Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of that pearls might have gone to. Isn't this like an hour away? Let's look at her temple. The pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started. What's this? You're all back again so soon? Sister Bikini. Thought we'd be eating mashed potatoes alone tonight. So she's here? Pearlie's here? She's in the training hall. Why don't you go hurry along and see her? Oh, okay. Pearlie's not here. Ah, Maya. The hanging scroll. Ah. Someone cleaned it off. It's gotta be pearls. Ah! Mr. Maya! Pearlie! Why? Why don't you just leave it like that? Mr. Maya! Mr. Maya! I swore that I would never trouble the two of you ever again. Because it's all my fault that Mr. Maya's mother. That's why you came here? It's the least I could do to pray for your happiness. You don't have to do that, Pearlie. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course I'm sad that my mother's gone. But how do I say this? I'm still happy. You don't have to lie, just make me feel better. No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm still here at all is thanks to everyone who was there for me. My sister, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. If even one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't still be alive right now. That's why I have to be strong. For all the people there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do. Miss Maya. I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty. Sister Bikini, your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night. After dishonoring the good name of Karain, I don't have the right to face my daughter. But still, Maya's always in my thoughts. It's true. She'll always be with me until the day I die. Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong. Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets. She'll always be with me until the day I die. Huh. There's a rule or something that all masters are to follow, isn't there? You never take the charm off until the day you die. That's the master's talisman. I think that Misty kept in her by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was important, rather it was the contents. I told you it opened! That's... a photo. Ah, no, mother. Maya and Misty? And, Mia? So natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. Makes us humans that we fight for others. Who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That's the true measure of what human life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Wait, it got broken before? Even when the battle's over and the bonds that connect us are severed, we always return, time and time again. Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando, and Maya's mother too. I learned that from all of them. Maya broke the statue, the vase too, just like Pearls did. Well, shall we get going? Everyone's waiting. Ah, it's a day to remember, a day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. Maybe we should celebrate what we've overcome today. But I still can't. Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training, I promise. I know, don't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for 3 of you when you come back. Wahaha, ho ho, hee hee. Alright, we're going to have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because the training is a battle of endurance. Give me smile, I eat lots and lots of food tonight. Oh, that's gonna be an endurance battle. Yeah, breaking the vase, the unofficial trade tradition. You know, there's one thing I don't get. Probably don't want to, but... What is it, Nick? Reservation for training is fine and all. Why for 3? Well, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick. Next time you can train right alongside us. Huh? I'm waiting for you. Sister Bikini will take special care of you. Huh? Huh? You're great, Nick. We're going to do this special course, naturally. Huh? 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 That's a great idea. After all, Mr. Nick, you'd do anything for Mr. Maya, wouldn't you? Even walk on hot coals, right? Have a nice big meal before we come next time. Right, Nick? You know, I was wondering if I could say just one little thing. Sure, of course you can. I love this part. I can't wait to hear it. I mean, goosebumps too. Objection! Well then, here goes nothing.
Objection!
There it is! Beautiful. I love it. Ow! The coins! I really have to work extra hard now. Master Crane and the office manager of Wright and Co. law offices. And I have to be a good big sister to Pearly and Nick too. Well, as long as I'm not locked up or captured or something like that. She gets locked up a lot, doesn't she? Ow, I'm not a Pokemon! So it's true, Mr. Nick really is Mr. Maya's knight in shining armor. He went through the special course all the way to the end. Actually, there's a legendary extra special ultra course here too. I think I'll surprise the 2 of them by making them a secret reservation. Isn't she so conscientious? But hey, we did it! We beat it in 1 week. Three streams. We pulled it off. Of course, it took the holiday to do it. Maggie brought me a brand new coat as a present, pal. So 10 years younger. I'll never take it off. Oh yeah, he had that coat before, didn't he? Yes, but somehow you just don't seem the same. I guess the dirty, shabby old overcoat is just more detective-like, sir. Don't worry about it. In the name of love, a man will soil himself silly. That's not love. And if you do soil yourself silly, make sure you clean up after yourself. Mr. Wright, I'm once again in your debt. Thanks to you, the treasures of Korean exhibit was a great success. And you got to see Miss Von Karma, who I hadn't seen for almost a year. I've had to use a whip and said that I must show you what I've learned. How is that cruel? If you make a mess, clean it up yourself. Don't leave someone else to do it. Destiny and I started a company called Mass to Mass Consulting. We're dedicated to stopping the evil plans of all the criminals in the city. Our motto is cut it out, please. Pretty cute, huh? Well, we also sell plans to criminals as a kind of side business. I wonder if that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminals. So you try to stop crime, but you also support criminals. I wanted to show you my appreciation. Mr. Wright for exterminating Don Tiger. So I lent him $500,000. And tea set. A special thick tea, one I mixed with my own 2 hands. Heavy's drinking it now. Went through compromise. He. How long is she gonna wear that bandage on her head? Forever? I'm just old and in the way. A wrinkly, grumpy, clown-nosed waste of flesh. At least that's what I thought. My grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. Talk about embarrassing. 69 years old and I cry like a baby with a dirty diaper. A $1 million sure shouldn't have that much residual. As usual, we have an abundance of work to do. We've hired a new programmer to replace Glenelg. I do hope everyone will get along. His name is Larry Butts. Adam Mata. Adam Mata? Oh, it's bad. His name. It's also an anagram. As soon as I knew his name, I knew our brain circuits were lined perfectly. It's another backwards forwards name, like Glenelg. My. More reporters? Since the murder, we've made so much money. I don't really know what to do. I think the magazine's like us because I probably had such a nice visual. Palindrome, that's the word. Thank you, Astro. I'm gonna wait for Irish to come back. Wahaha, ho ho ho. You've turned into such a respectable man, Feeney. It was so sweet of you and everyone else to come and visit me here the other day. Of course, I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard you got a nosebleed. Ah, Pearl's still at it. Lisa Basil is one too? Oh yeah, it is. Look at that.
Objection!
So the voices, they just had like three or four actors just say like 5 words. Objection, hold it. Was that it? Or was it just 3 words each?
Objection.
So they had 5 actors say 3 words each.
Objection!
Oh wait, I guess they had the other prosecutor too. 6 people? I hate that one the most. I hate it the most. And that. No, stop. Stop it, please, stop. No, stop that. Leave your hair alone. Okay, so it is 5 words. Take that. What's this? I'm back from a long, tiring vacation and no one is here to greet me? I guess while I was gone, my little whippersnapper buddy Quentin, and now I've got no one. What kind of lonely, crazy security room was this supposed to be anyway? What's all the flashing lights and switches? I feel like some sort of space alien. And now, what am I gonna do with all those macadamia nuts I brought back for everyone? I bring them over to Edge Pool. Looks like we'll do the instant. I can't really accept these. I'm afraid of something just painting with this fragile heart. Oh, I'll ever find a gentleman who will treat me like a fine lady. Oh, talking that fast. I'm gonna sore throat. That's rough. I finally found something I love to do. Bronzy's whippity-whip trip is going to turn the art world on its head. I should have realized it sooner. Self-centered, lazy, antisocial. I'm an artist. A really good portrait artist. I'm not a loser after all. I mean, that remains to be seen. If something smells, it's probably the butts. I'm gonna miss Mia, though. It's a shame. I wonder if she comes back in later games. Laurie cries once it's all over. Is that it? That's it? The end? Well, we reached the end of another game. That's, Phoenix Wright trilogy was requested. Sort of. Where is that? Ace Attorney, done. Alright, so we gotta decide, we'll decide later, if we'll, I'll go and close this out. Well, we can have the music going, it's fine. Don't hurt anything. We can go Big Fox, too, look at this. Giant Fox. So, we'll have to decide next time. Review? I like the game. I did have problems with sometimes the logic, where I could see the logic, but having to know exactly when to place it didn't make sense. No, we don't have time to draw. It's too late. It's too late in the day. And so, next time... So, no stream tomorrow, of course. And Friday, we'll be back to Final Fantasy XIV, of course. Saturday is, of course, Stream of Viewers Day. So we'll be doing DBD, V Rising if we have people, chess puzzles, and of course, I'm blanking on the name, Core Keeper. Sunday will be more SAO, and then Monday we have to decide. Are we going to continue SAO on Monday, or do we switch to Yakuza, which will be the next game? I haven't decided yet. We'll have to figure it out from there. Yeah, we'll have to figure it out. Alright, so, again, thank you all very much for watching. Requested, Kirara requested that. So we'll find out. We'll find out from them, okay? So, we'll decide that on Monday. We don't have to decide it right now. We'll figure it out. So, good night, everyone. Yep. Hi, Kirara. So, thank you all for watching. Hope you all have a great night and a great day tomorrow. Go get some sleep. Get out of here. Again, no stream tomorrow. I hope you guys see you guys on Friday morning. Friday afternoon? I don't know. Whatever, whenever I get off work. Friday. Thank you for the pets. Wait, I don't think the pets work on this. Do pets work on this? I don't think it does. I didn't see it. Hang on. Is it there? Oh, wait. I'm looking at the wrong screen. Oh, we'll figure it out. Ah! Hugs! Hold on. I don't even know if it works here. Wait, that was the wrong thing. Is it? Yeah, that's the wrong thing. Oops, I copied the wrong thing. Wait, did I copy the wrong thing? I did not. Okay, I copied the right thing. Okay, there we go. Alright, there we go. Sorry, I get distracted. Alright, let's see if that works. Did it work? Why don't I see it? Oh, there it is. Did not work. Okay, we'll have to figure it out. Alright. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great night, great day tomorrow. I gotta go to bed. It's late. Yeah, I have to figure that out. So good night, everyone. Sleep well. Have good dreams. And I hope to see you guys on Friday, okay? Good night, everyone. Fox out. Night-night.